the kills. There's a cruise in his pocket.
Oh!
He's still going for 10. Votel is running out of bullets and Cabal.
U18 Esports is here with our friends at GamerxSociety at the LA Tech Week event in Santa Monica. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, and giving away some prizes in a special 1v1 showdown event from our friends at GamerxSociety. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Be the first case like John, got it. Whoa, be the first case like. Be the first case like John, got it. Anything wrong, my dogs got it. Some boss I call shot. Sweat a few bags at the raw spot. Where you been trying to rock popping at the hotel? Better run the play for him. Yeah, before I hit the plate, make the house smell. Throwing up trays and Marshall.
Yeah, they do have to find something different, but Encourage is going to get that opening peak, and now he's got a little bit of control over to that B site. What he's going to try and do here is a delay track tactic. Try and whistle out as many of the Unity players as he can. He's doing a fantastic job. Yeah, got to take a dip. It's the hot weather of the UAE, and skill, he's still peaking.
How well you can do on the water. Quite literally, the entire point is in the water. What I've seen so far, there's skill with a two-piece. That's what I'm seeing, but what I've seen in general on this hard point is that people who tend to swim just above the surface, using this little middle ottoman here for cover, tends to find the most success. That's exactly what skill's doing, and that's exactly why he's going 20.
On the hill, careful though. You can see everything, but everything can see you. And Legacy going big as Ruizzi goes for the defuse. Almost got it, but Underworld sneaks it away from him. It's a 1v1. Doesn't see him in the smoke, but is able to get the turn and burn in Underworld.
Fine for 3. Swag check. Finds a two-piece of his own. And that could be the break able to play his life. Take care of. One left to deal with. He has the cruise missile. SGP wants to put this thing away. Oh my god, Swag onto the 7. They're gonna have to continue to go massive. Big step up, that's gonna be 3 for him.
Once again, to try and win this round, still needs to find these players. He's looking to try and find Confident. Will be able to catch him off guard, but it's gonna be Derek who's going for the chow, and Lawrence able to get the 1v2 victory. Oh my goodness.
Running away is easy. You still even it's hard. Running away is easy. You still even it's hard.
9. Lose this round, just given the sides as Lux. That would have been up to him to win, but with 7.5 seconds to defuse. So here we go now, going into round number 3. Pick again is going to be in.
Yep, nobody checks it except Lux might have gotten this.
Almost did, getting that 2-piece to begin the round. There's
Alex, and then he gets the.
But that is, again, surely going to be a valuable return on investment as Super from a distance use their MCW and put bullets through bodies, as now Omid is finding themselves in the same predicament as Legacy last round.
This is horrible. This is why people don't like high rise, because of the spawn trap that comes in. Super picks off one. He now moves to the opposite side, trying to see if he can pick off another one. Not going to be all too successful, and Super decides, you know what? I'll just start moving back, because he's on 6-3. Make this 7. He's got a cruise in his pocket, and he still wants more. He gets another.
Wow.
He's on 8, and this is more the legacy we saw last game. This is the legacy that comes and fights, and Super is still going with 9.
One of the points, Volatile is just going to hop on up to kill and be like, what's up, man? Go back to the respawns lobby, and as that's going to be 4 off on Cabal, nearly at 10 lives winning, and Volatile is still being an absolute menace here, playing his life, a smart thing to do. 26 to 16, now over 11 in the deficit.
It's spawn trap heaven. It is complete spawn trap heaven.
Wow.
There's 8.
Oh my
There's
gosh.
9. Volatile is on 9 kills. There's a cruise in his pocket.
Oh.
He's still going for 10. Volatile is running out of bullets, and Cabal.
U18 Esports is here with our friends at GamerxSociety at the LA Tech Week event in Santa Monica. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, and giving away some prizes in a special 1v1 showdown event from our friends at GamerxSociety. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Be the first case like John, got it. Whoa, be the first case like. Be the first case like John, got it. Anything wrong, my dogs got it. Them boss, I call shot. Sweat a few bags at the raw spot. Where you been trying to rock popping at the hotel? Better run the play for him. Well, before I hit the plate, make the house smell. Throwing up trays and Marshall.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here with another round robin action matchup ahead of us. It is going to be Empyreal versus Team Kinetics. I am Shake along with Graf. This is U18 COD League. How you feeling?
Feeling good, feeling good. I think this one should hopefully be a little bit more competitive than the first. I mean, we've got a pretty interesting map set ahead, so I'm pretty excited for how this one will, pan out. I think it has a lot of potential to be, a pretty good match. I mean, we're starting it off on some Skyline hardpoint, so you know what? That one's always at least some pretty good action, so can't be complaining too much.
No, Skyline's a fun one to watch. You like to watch those SMGs get active early and often. It seems like the ARs are just really anchoring. The true sense of a main AR comes through in Skyline, just kind of sitting in the back trying to anchor things down. Yes, they'll rotate up if they have to, but it's kind of a true old-fashioned, straight-up, bang-out Call of Duty action on this one. It's fun. I think this is one of those maps where the better team tends to win more often than not, which isn't always the case. Sometimes you get round cheese and things like that can come into play, like, occasionally in Control some things get weird, but we're not there yet. We're here, map number 1, Skyline Hardpoint. How do you feel about this one in particular?
Yeah, the Skyline, I mean, like you said, it's a map where the better team usually does win. It has points that are very mixy. Obviously, P1, P2, P3 being the main ones that are so hard to get a good read on for a lot of teams. But, I mean, there's a good amount of just holding space and holding firm. You got to win your fights. I mean, that's what this map comes down to. And so far, I mean, Kinetics They've got the first step towards this P1. Shock, little bit of a whiff. Will take that kill eventually. Ash will get the trade on that second player. So point will go over to Empyreal for now, but a little bit of a dangerous opportunity. Shefu gonna whiff on that opportunity. Still 10 to 10 we lie. Still plenty of this hard point to go.
Yeah, just getting started here. Team Kinetics doing a good job keeping things in check, relatively speaking. And it is going to be Empyreal in the black and Kinetics in the orange. Down below, they're different colors. Appreciate production for getting that done there for us. A little bit of Halloween action rocking in February. Love to see it. Valentine's Day has passed. You might as well move on. Moving on to P2. Here we go. And not too contested early on. Team Kinetics locking it down early. Shock on the hill. Drix trying to pop up, make something happen, but that is going to be Vizzy and Massacre finding a couple of kills through the kitchen side. Now you're going to have all these players just trying to regroup, come out on top of these trade battles, finding two. They will do that. Coasty and Calyx were on the hill. Coasty gets taken down, so that's going to leave Calyx by himself. Open hill for the moment. Now just roaming around the outside are both of these teams neck and neck. We got a game on our hands.
Yeah, there's going to be a big one. I think especially look at Calyx on your minimap. He's making this long flank happen for P3. It's Massacre with a bit of a whiff, though. Vizzy will clean that up. Still trying to make something happen out of these players. That's an awkward fight, but one Vizzy will take regardless. The second player in the background might have made that one awkward, but a great fight win for Empyreal to chain P2 into P3.
And that's exactly what they're looking to do. Just get off and cook it like they were in the map number 1 of their previous series. And it looks like they could do just that. But if Kinetics can take hold of this P3, kind of flip things on its head, anything could happen. But they get flushed off the hill for the moment. But a reattempt is Shocks. Holding down for the moment. Nice cross kill there up to 11-4. Just trying to play his life. He is able to stay alive. Keep that 2 spree alive. See if he can extend that to something meaningful. Calyx does take down, or excuse me, Massacre takes down 1. That's going to be 3 dead in the feed. Calyx can't quite take down Ash. So the hill will remain towards Team Kinetics as they try to work back towards it just for the moment. Now towards P4 we go.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting P4. I think, again, P4 is the closest to a money hill that really even exists on this map. Drix going to find a big collapse for 2, finding a third as well. That's going to make Team Kinetics nice and snug on this P4 for now. They're going to have to fight through a lot of this map on the side of Empyreal if they want to try to make something happen here. As already, they do get some players in towards the point. Massacre's going to grab a big 1v1 win, but will get traded out as Drix again, just completely frying towards the back. But finally, through the front door come Empyreal, and they find their way onto the point. 2 down, looking for more. Ash going to get picked up from the back as well. 3 down, fighting onto the point of Shefu. Ooh. But there go all 4. Imperial with a textbook break of that P4.
Yeah, and they're just looking to log down the rest of this scrap. Massacre pushing right out, picks up a big 2-piece up to 15 and 12. He goes, maybe a little bit of a heat check there. A couple of kills coming through. Vizzy trying to pick up both trades, but Drix will pick that one up. Calyx on the tail end of that P4 gets taken care of. And this is just a nice bit of work here out of Empyreal. Really, they're just kind of cruising through this mode. You know, Team Kinetics has been fighting tooth and nail. It's just they're getting edged out and on terrific breaks, like you mentioned, by Empyreal.
Yeah, now an opportunity. Look at the 3 from Coasty. What a play that is to get this P1 at least gray for now. Should go their way, and it will. A big opportunity as well. Vizzy with this Hellstorm trying to potentially open up a P4. That one's a little bit more difficult to do so. So, I mean, I think a lot of the time it ends up seeing use towards that P1. So, potentially on the next reset, that'll be something that sees use. But Vizzy, it'll be interesting. Apologies. Interesting to see how that will go with that Hellstorm. But all the way over to P2 we go now as Empyreal gets the rest of the scrap. But with only about a 10-point lead, I mean, by no means damning. But this is going to be a tough one to hold on to. It's just an absolute swipe through as Ash going to get traded out after getting 1. Shefu in the vicinity, going to take the zip up and can't win the chow. It's Massacre trying to find a huge second. Can't quite do it. Sets it up to get the trades back and forth. Coasty and Calyx finishes it off. A 4 for 3. Trades galore, but it goes Empyreal's way. As onto the point is Calyx, just soaking this up.
Wow, those back spawns came in perfect timing for Empyreal there, didn't they? Every single trade they needed, they came out on top of, but Team Kinetics did bounce right back and are able to break, and holding with about 30 seconds left, finding a couple of kills is Empyreal, trying to make the break. A couple of players on through up top are going to find those last 2 players, get traded out, and my goodness, this goes right back and forth. If it weren't for that one giant hold in that excellent P3 to P4 rotation, this would still be neck and neck.
Yeah, 100%. And now onto this P3. It's a little bit of a tough one to retake here if you're the side of Empyreal. I mean, they've got a lot of map to chew through. They will rip the players off of it, but they have such close spawns onto this that they're just going to be able to take it. The spawn is just not there for Team Kinetics. I mean, they just can't get players in the spots they really need to be in. As, I mean, just keeping this gray is what Empyreal's hoping to do for now. I don't think they want that much time on this. They're going to set up for another P4. Look at Massacre on the map. Going to look to try and get around there, but will get cleared right out as it's Coasty again. The last one alive in the trade war gets a second. Looking for more, but now his teammates are arrived. So another good break from Empyreal. This time, they're still going to look to try to maintain control of this P4. Look at Calyx. He's got a big 1v1 to find, and he still gets it regardless. As now, an opportunity gifted over to Empyreal to really set up for this P4. If Calyx can win that, but he can't. Too many players in vicinity, and it's going to be a big hold so far for Team Kinetics.
This could be where they dig back into this thing. They don't even need to hold it for the entire time. If they can get 30 seconds, keep some white, and then get towards that scrap. But that's easier said than done because you got Empyreal all over yourself like you got honey and there's bears around. You know what I'm saying? You just can't stop them. Now you got to push right on through the back yet again. You do find a couple of kills, only 1 player left. And Team Kinetics showing their breaking ability just like that. Now need to hold on for the rest of this time so they can get back into the game and make it even. They are by no means out of it. It's just, it felt like Team Empyreal was just ahead the entire way, and Kinetics finally finding some footing on this P4 in our second set of rotations.
Yeah, this is an opportunity to really draw even. They're going to be, I believe, 1 point ahead of Empyreal after the scrap. Empyreal's got a great setup for this P1 as we are dead even heading into the third reset, but it's Shock to find a big kill, gets traded out immediately as Drix, and it's just a mountain of trades. Back and forth we go. No one's been able to really get a purchase on this point until now. Empyreal finally going to win some critical fights and get a touch onto it. As again, look at Ash on the minimap. Has a great position to try and set up for this upcoming hill. Just clearing out these players. It's the fadeaway kills that are so valuable. Massacre going to get his way back onto the point as a team. Will cross 200 first. It's going to be Empyreal, the first ones to that milestone. But P2, more than ready to go for the side of Empyreal. As they're going to have to break Kinetics off again. 13 seconds left on P1, and the scrap will go Kinetics' way. As Ash, awkward timing, will find the player, but not after he finds one. A dangerous situation, but it's Empyreal thundering through the front of P1. They will grab that player onto the point, but they can't find the player on the catwalk. That's going to be a dangerous one to try to get on this P3 play. But it's on to P2 we go.
Here we go. This is so interesting, Raph. These two teams are absolutely dueling. Team Kinetics has a lead here and gets broken, but they break right back. P2 is where they really came alive last time, looking to do more of the same. 3 dead in the feed. Ash with the big 2-piece and getting greedy, looking for some more. Gets taken down, and that's going to be 2 players still left on the hill. And that's Chafu just going to chow out, trying to find some more players. Gets gunned down, so that's 2 dead. 1 player left alive on the hill, trying to gain some of this time for Team Kinetics. Vizzy takes the zip, gets 2, and that is going to be the rest of the scrap trap more than likely going towards the side of Empyreal, and I don't want to see Team Kinetics get too caught up in trying to push towards Old or anything like that. Luckily, they did just all die and kind of spawn right outside of P3. So good situation for them here. Got the hold ready to go on P3.
Yeah, this is a tough start. Shefu gets 2, and Drix will find that big 1v1. Calyx in through the front, will be shot from behind, though. And Empyreal, they just can't get anything going out of this P3. They're getting stopped so far away from it. Massacre wins a huge one, and the rest of the team needs to follow suit. Onto the point they go, and they will rip it away from Kinetics for now. 5 points from victory as they storm right back. It's going to have to be Massacre. Again, making the huge play. Onto the point he goes. The trades go through. Vizzy finds a huge win, but the trades come through. Kinetics and the 9th hour, they will find the win. 250 to 223. An absolute nail-biter.
I mean, my goodness, excellent work out of the boys. They were getting kind of beat up early on, and it wasn't even complete domination out of Empyreal. It was just seemingly every trade battle they were just there for. They had the spawns just a little bit better, and they got the reinforcements just that much closer, but then Team Kinetics was able to put the foot down on one of those P2s. They were really able to get a lot of time and started winning some really good gunfights up in that top office area. And they were just able to keep going and keep close enough and get a couple of good 30-second holds here or there and keep enough white time when they didn't. It was just excellent, excellent hard point when it seemed like it was Empyreal's map to win.
Yeah, I mean, Empyreal, they had the lead, but it traded back and forth quite a few times. And, I mean, that really played into Kinetics' strong suit. I mean, they played super, super fast. They played pretty confidently. I think a lot of the P3s really went their way, which was great to see. That one P4 hold where it was just back and forth. I mean, they came out on top of that. A lot of the really mixy hills, they just seem to be able to do absolute wonders on. And to keep up with a team like Empyreal in those situations is a huge start to a series, as now we head into map 2. I mean, S&D on Vault. Long may it burn, but an opportunity for both these teams to get set and ready to go. I think Empyreal didn't look the greatest on the last time they played this earlier. So another opportunity for Kinetics to really put their foot on the gas.
Definitely. We saw them struggle go all the way to around 11 in a series that they pretty much otherwise handled pretty well. So now if you're Empyreal, you kind of scratch your head, say, well, hey, that map number 1 didn't really go our way, and now we have to go to a Vault S&D. We've got to get that gunny sharp, because that's ultimately what it comes down to. Yeah, there can be some plays to be made, but, I mean, you're not dusting off your thinking cap too much on Vault.
Yeah. Looks like these teams are going to need a little bit more time to get set and ready to go, but we'll be back very, very shortly with Map 2, Vault S&D, right after the break.
U18 Esports is here with our friends at GamerxSociety at the LA Tech Week event in Santa Monica. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, and giving away some prizes in a special 1v1 showdown event from our friends at GamerxSociety. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Be the first case like John, got it. Whoa, be the first case like. Be the first case like John, got it. Anything wrong, my dogs got it. Them boss, I call shot. Sweat a few bags at the raw spot. Got a rock popping at the hotel. Better run the play for him. Yeah, before I hit the plate, make the house smell. Throwing up trays and Marshall.
Something different, but Encourage is going to get that opening peak, and now he's got a little bit of control over to that B site. What he's going to try and do here is a delay track tactic, try and whistle out as many of the Unity players as he can. He's doing a fantastic job. Yeah, got to take a dip. It's the hot weather of the UAE, and skill, he's still peeking.
How well you can do in the water. Quite literally, the entire point is in the water. What I've seen so far, there's skill with a two-piece. That's what I'm seeing, but what I've seen in general on this hard point is that people who tend to swim just above the surface, using this little middle ottoman here for cover, tends to find the most success. That's exactly what skill's doing, and that's exactly why he's going 20.
On the hill, careful though. You can see everything, but everything can see you. And Legacy going big as Ruizzi goes for the defuse. Almost got it, but Underworld sneaks it away from him. So what doesn't seem
Welcome on back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. It is map number 2 time. It's Vault Search and Destroy. Team Kinetics versus Empyreal. Tough map. Number 1 loss for Empyreal coming into Vault, where they won last time, but it didn't look so great. I'm Shake along with Graf. How you feeling, pal?
I'm feeling good. It's great that we get to see both of the teams that won their first round knock up against each other so quickly, as now going to be a pretty rough situation on this map for Empyreal. I mean, like you said, they didn't look great on it the first time, and this time it's looking to be a lot of the same. Codcaster backwards, but our HUD looking good. It's going to be Kinetics with a huge start. And you know what? I mean, that is a big start for them.
Absolutely. That's kind of exactly what you want to see. And oh my God, that man Massacre is playing true to his name this entire series so far. He was an absolute nightmare to deal with on the side of, or for the side of Empyreal last time. So it's tough.
Looks like I am... Yeah, sorry, just trying to parse out the backwards scoreboards, etc. But it's going to be a quick bomb plant down as away we go. Empyreal up the first round. Still looking to try and make something happen here. As on this retake, 3v3, now 3v2 for Empyreal. They're going to look to try and put a second on the board quick.
What they're able to do here in this spot, trying to get some momentum here, trying to put that bad news behind them. Certainly looking good so far. Is Shifu now left alone in a 1v3, a couple 1v2s. All of a sudden it's all over. My goodness, he made something of it, but Ghosty was there to clean up the scraps, take the second round.
Yeah, that was a lot closer than I expected. a great chow, all things considered, but even still, it's going to be Empyreal taking a 2-round lead at the outset. I mean, I'm pretty sure we saw them do this last time, and we know how that ended. So, by no means is this one over just yet, but a good start for Empyreal.
Absolutely. You always got to worry about maintaining that momentum. It's not always about how great you start. You got to finish strong as well. Still very early. Team Kinetics has plenty of time to try to bounce back. Get one here. You're only down 1. Things don't seem so bad in that situation. But still, on the attack is Empyreal, trying to make that situation more desperate. First blood is going to be a tip in that cap Good shots onto Chifu, taking that down. You get the bomb plant, and Vizzy gonna pop up, find another player, and that's Calyx finding the third, finding the fourth. Team Kinetics is, Empyreal. Codcaster screwed me up. Empyreal gets the round.
Yeah, Codcaster doing its thing, but doing it about as well as Codcaster does. But Empyreal, I mean, now is where this lead starts to look very, very dangerous for the side of Team Kinetics. It's a, not exactly a long road to getting this in, but this current round feels like one you've got to win. Kosti's on a 5 streak looking to make his way to a Hellstorm. RCXD firmly in his hand already. So a big opportunity on this round for Empyreal to really make this one end before it even really starts. As now, first kill will be immediately traded out. Now a second for Team Kinetics as they're up in a 3v2 post plant.
Who now? Team got Massacre roaming, trying to find the player. Does. Backs out with his life now. Back to a 2v2. Gets the buddy system going. See what play they want to make towards this bomb. They are going to have to drop on the player. Not able to get away with his life. Now down to a 1v2 with Chifu. The last player alive, making his way through pool right now. Does find that first kill. Does he know the defuse is coming? Doesn't check. And that's going to be another round for the Emperor. Oh my God. EMP camp.
Yeah, I mean, that's a round that is a tough one to lose. I mean, a great play from a situation where you're down from Empyreal, and the foresight there to stick that bomb is exactly the kind of poise and confidence that I expected to see out of Empyreal the first time they played this map. But this time, I mean, hey, they'll take it regardless. Up 4-0 Kinetics. They've got to start getting some points on the board sooner rather than later.
Can't let it go 5-0. Have the complete full sale on the table. That's never a good option for you, but you might as well get things cooking if you are Empyreal and just continue to roll. A 2v1 is a 2v none. Empyreal gets a map in a point advantage. Oh my goodness. This is just utter dominance out of Empyreal. I think they definitely felt like that map one should have been theirs, and they are not too happy about it.
Yeah, they're playing with a little bit of something we didn't see in that first series. It feels like a little bit of passion almost. I mean, don't get me wrong, they played well in the first series, but it felt like, they didn't really have to give it much. They put their foot on the gas a little bit and it just sort of came with it. But this time, they're playing with a little bit of passion, a little bit of heat, and it's really paying off. 5-0 so far. They're going to look for a clean sweep here on map 2. And they're going to look to try and clean it up quick. Shefu going to look to try to pull it back, but in the blink of an eye, Kinetics down to their last life, down to the last gasp. As down away it goes. Shock going to grab one, but there's a lot more needed where that came from, and he's got the bomb in no man's land.
Yeah, I've seen a lot better situations. If you're a Team Kinetics fan, down 1-2, they know exactly where the bomb is. Massacre confident on a 5 spree. He's not going to be able to do anything with, but still nice to have in your back pocket a little dose of confidence for you. You're absolutely frying at 8-1 in this map. I don't even know if Shocks is really going to make a legitimate play towards this. Does make a round and gets a kill. Now it's a 1v1, running away for his life, but gets caught out. So that's going to be all she wrote. And Empyreal gets a map back when they needed it.
Yeah, that one is one that'll really set your confidence straight. I mean, a 6-0 is... 6-0 is a 6-0. It's a map where you just completely fried out. And Empyreal, I mean, they get their get back in a big way. And now, I mean, heading back to Vault for map 3, that's gotta feel good if you're Empyreal.
Oh, absolutely. You got the sauce cooking on that map early on. And shame on us, I guess. We thought they didn't look good on this map, and they just 6-0'd a team that played them very well on the hard point. So now you got to feel like the rest of this series that Team Kinetics has got to be playing on edge a little bit. I feel like Team Kinetics felt they had Imperial's number, and the script has totally been thrown out.
Yeah. I mean, heading back to a vault control now, a map that we saw Empyreal play so well on just the last series. After that, heading to a couple protocols, I mean, we're going to see at least one of them. That protocol hardpoint is going to have to do a lot in this series for Team Kinetics. They've got to get there, and they've got to, it almost feels like, end the series there. I mean, S&D, you just got completely slammed. Obviously, you're going to go to a protocol S&D to end it, but you don't want to have to go back to that mode if you can avoid it. You've got 2 respawns. If you can take them both, you don't have to go back to what just happened again. But that's going to be hard against a vault control, against an Imperial team that, I mean, we just saw them 3-0 with 2 offense rounds just earlier. So it's a tough situation for both of these teams, but both of them have their solid win conditions. It feels like any of these remaining maps, there is potential for both sides.
Absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see how they end up playing out when it's all said and done. And, you know, we're sticking on Vault for the moment. And with it being a control, it's something we've seen plenty. It's something we've talked about a lot. But we saw Empyreal have a lot of success over towards that B site. And that's something we don't see a lot. Was that something that maybe the Wisemen just need to work on? Or do you think that's a key to success for Empyreal in this one?
I think Empyreal, if they are able to do that, obviously it's a key to success. I think a bit of it is just, like you said, Wiseman not having the greatest of times towards that B side. It's a tough one to play against a team that guns as well as Empyreal, but I think the thing that let Empyreal get away with that was just how well they were gunning. And obviously that isn't happening so far. I mean, obviously it did on the S&D, very much didn't on the last respawn that these two teams played against each other. So I don't think they can rely on that same strategy when it comes to getting towards that B side. I think we saw them go for some long wraps. We saw them get away with some plays towards art that I don't think that they'll get away with in this series against Kinetics for sure. But
yeah,
it's going to be hard to say. I mean, I think it's, again, both teams have a good shot at this map. I'd give the edge to Empyreal, at least in my opinion, just based off of what we saw earlier today. But I mean, Kinetics is a completely different team, and that's shown in more ways than one.
Yeah, so I think we're just going to toss it to a quick break, get map number 3 set up for you, and we come back. It's 1-1 in the series. We'll see who takes the lead.
U18 Esports is here with our friends at GamerxSociety at the LA Tech Week event in Santa Monica. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, and giving away some prizes in a special 1v1 showdown event from our friends at GamerxSociety. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Be the first case like John, got it. Whoa, be the first case like. Be the first case like John, got it. Anything wrong, my dogs got it. Them boss I call shot. Sweat a few bags at the raw spot. Got a rock popping at the hotel. Better run the play for him. Well, before I hit the plate, make the house smell. Throwing up trays and Marshall.
Something different, but Encourage is going to get that opening peak, and now he's got a little bit of control over to that B site. What he's going to try and do here is a delay track tactic, try and whistle out as many of the Unity players as he can. He's doing a fantastic job. Yeah, got to take a dip. It's the hot weather of the UAE, and skill, he's still peaking.
How well you can do on the water. Quite literally, the entire point is in the water. What I've seen so far, there's skill with a 2-piece. That's what I'm seeing, but what I've seen in general on this hard point is that people who tend to swim just above the surface, using this little middle ottoman here for cover, tend to find the most success. That's exactly what skill's doing, and that's exactly why he's going
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for map number 3. It's a vault control between Empyreal and Team Kinetics. It's Shake along with Graph on the U18 Call of Duty League channel. This is also brought to you by GamerxSociety. Can't forget to mention the homies. How you doing, Graph?
I'm doing good. I think this series has the makings to go deep, go 5. I think that's what I'm really hoping for, at least so far. So, I think it's going to be tough because I think both of these teams have a very strong chance of winning their last game. So this one is going to be the one that is a really, really big deal. This is the one that might just decide who gets first place coming out of this group. So a really big one that they need to really buckle down for. This is the one that if you expend all your energy, you're not complaining about it. So it's going to be a tough road to redemption. But this team will have to tread it. Both of these teams have dropped a map so far. Both of them got one under their belts as we head to vault control.
Complex map. B is absolutely crazy. Whoever can thrive in that chaos the most is probably going to come out on top. That top art position probably won't be as easy to get against a team like Team Kinetics, and when we saw Empyreal come out against Wisemen, they were able to control that quite easily. Don't know if that will be the case headed into this one, but we'll see how the cookie crumbles. And early nades are good for the side of Empyreal. A couple of trades do come through, so Team Kinetics able to hold on just for a moment as Empyreal makes their way through the back, trying to get some kills through spawn, just establish some map presence here on that defensive side.
Yeah, a tough start from those nades, but Empyreal, they falter a little bit. They're going to be pushed back all the way towards this A side, but they're still winning the fights. They're still finding the kills as up 3 respawns with basically no progress to speak of. Is a great spot to be in. Coasty, awkward gunfight, needs to find one and does. Can try to get the second on the board, doesn't find it, but waits long enough to get some teammates in the vicinity. Up 4 lives now is Empyreal, and they're looking just as good as we saw them last time.
Coming out swinging, that's all you could hope for as an Empyreal fan, and that's what they're doing. Not a single tick to be had, lives well in check for them. Chifu trying to make something happen through mid, found 1 kill still. Not a lot of presence towards the hill. They do get a couple of bodies. Vizzy trying to find one, is able to cash in. 1 player left on the hill is cleaned up. Onto B, an attempt comes through at a Team Kinetics to just try to make something happen, but Chifu, he's going to be sniffed out there as well. And this defense is just so overwhelming out of Empyreal.
Yeah, I mean, they've really got almost nothing going on these points. 0 ticks on the board, looking to try and get 1 now on A. That will come through, but lives running dry. If they can get a second, they'll be counting their blessings, but in comes Empyreal to say something about that. Onto the contestant, onto the frying. And into the fire of Team Empyreal as they completely shut down Kinetics. Only 1 tick on the board is a fantastic start for Team Empyreal.
Yeah, not quite as well, I mean, even better, right? I think they gave up 3 ticks on their first defense against the last team we saw. So that, even better. And if you're Team Kinetics, you start looking around and say, okay, maybe we can do that on defense too. At least you hope.
I was going to say, it's a hope for now. And their opportunity is now to try and prove that correct. But heading into this round, I mean, if you look at the first round KDs, it's a tough one when Coasty's playing like that. I mean, he was an absolute menace in that previous round. I think if Empyreal is able to get this round, or even maybe get like 4 ticks, this one could be over before it started. But in comes the nades quickly. We'll get 1. Shefu's going to grab a second. Ash gets completely bailed out by Shefu. And this time, Kinetics, they find a great start as they'll get a 4 down to start, 5 to follow. And finally, Empyreal gets something on the board.
Oh, that's what they were looking for. Team Kinetics trying to give Empyreal a taste of their own medicine, and you felt that Team Kinetics wouldn't just come out and immediately lay down, but Coasty has found a way through, and if he can get some kills, this could be massive, but that's a big one on the point by Massacre. The first bit of progress will come through for the side of Empyreal, just trying to fight the battles, lose a couple throughout the mid-map area, leaving just Calyx, the most forward player. You do get Coasty now up top. Cat, such a menace he can be, up to 13-7, just continuing his run here. 2 ticks coming through already for Empyreal off of that 4 dead.
Yeah, it's gonna look to be a third. They only need a couple gunfight wins, stalled at the absolute last moment, but a huge 1v1 win. They still haven't gotten it. Ash, a critical split-second trade, and they'll clear out that third tick. But now, a opportunity to really make this hurt. I mean, already Empyreal's gonna be up on ticks at the end of this round. Still looking for more. Vizzy, he's got a great spot. Potentially hunt some of these players. He'll find one. Still trapping them a little bit here, but they need to win the fights on the front end if they want to find this point. They still can't do it just yet. Vizzy's going to have to go support, but the point will finally fall. The third tick will be claimed and the timer extended. As this time, Kinetics, they've got an opportunity to hold down this B. Only 12 lives left for Empyreal. They've got a lot of maps still to chew through. Drix, I don't know how he wins that one, but will regardless. Look at the long flank from Calyx. It's going to have to make something happen. But they're getting stalled so close to their own spawn that this flank money not even matter.
Yeah, it's just a lot to do with only 8 lives left. It's not impossible, especially if Calyx can hold this position, and he's just ripping people to shreds right now. And that's going to be 3 dead. The only player left up is Chifu. Now you do get those respawns coming through, but oh my god, Calyx is in such a bad position. Luckily, he gets stunned. Oh my goodness. So that's a bit of respite, but still, a tick and a half already through. You're going to need to stop that pressure. Only 4 lives left. We're getting down to a search and destroy here.
Yeah, 4v5. Onto the point they are. 5 ticks already on the board. Let's see if they can make it to 6. And the round win. They're stacked up. Where is Team Kinetics? And the round is over like that. That's such a big misplay from Team Kinetics. They needed the urgency and they just couldn't find it. There's nothing to be found, and the hill will go the way of Team Empyreal with only 4 respawns left. Some huge wins right at the end from Massacre gives Empyreal the round, and a actually massive turnaround from Empyreal. I didn't think they had it in them to get that B.
I didn't either. They just absolutely assaulted. They were down to 8 lives, but that couple of kills Calyx got up in top art was just so influential to how the rest of that played out. They just wasted so much time. Excellent work there. Now up 2-0. Back to the defensive side. You gotta like how Empyreal's feeling. Early blood does go to Drix. Traded out, though. Not too much to worry about. Chifu, though, does pick up a big 2-piece. So that's a lot of mid control in the moment now for Team Kinetics as they try to work up the map, try to get some map control, maybe try to work on some ticks as well.
Yeah, it's a tough situation to be in. They got to try to find this offensive round now. And, I mean, you're going to have to do it again in a round 5 is the issue. So you need to get something going, some kind of formula to beat Team Empyreal on this offense. 1 tick found today already, but Massacre is still absolutely flying around the map right now. He's got himself another great spot to try to hold off of. The car will find one onto Coasty towards B. There's a little bit of a split presence so far from Kinetics. This might be their adaptation. This might be their opportunity, but Massacre, look at him fly. He has just full confidence. He spots the shadow. Will get that kill taken away by that teammate, but even still, it's a great start for Empyreal. Up 2 lives and only 1 tick on the board. It's Shock on the point, but will immediately get cleared off by Vizzy. I mean, the rotation between A and B is just so quick. And speaking of B, onto it is one of these Kinetics players. Going to need to maintain that control for a lot longer, but immediately cleared out. 1 tick found, but it needs to be a full 3. If they can cheat out this B, there's a great chance, and now there's 2 down. 3 onto the point. They're going to stack it hard. 2 ticks gone, and Shefu in the back line being an absolute menace. And that'll be B. Already to the wayside it goes. Almost found. It looks like it's gone, but it's not just yet. Just barely. They're held off as Massacre continues to chow out, continues to win ones.
Oh my god.
Continues to keep flying. Finally gets shut down. But with only 22 seconds left, 9 lives on the board, still 2 points to find. Shock gonna try to go for a surprise play onto this beat. Does he know Coasty's behind him? Yes, he does now. Will still get ripped down as Massacre continues to absolutely fry out. finding another 3 HP, and it does not stop him. Looking for even more, needs the regen, but will get stopped by the stun. Still chows out, still knows what he needs to do. Makes the presence known and baits the vision. That's all he had in him, but he does it beautifully. As now this A, 4 respawns for Kinetics. Every life is precious. Again, down to S&D we go, as one will fall from the flank. A good clear out as a 3v4. They still need to go capture this B, but A side is already theirs.
Locked in, extra minute on the clock. Lives is really the issue, especially when Massacre is on the hunt. Picks up one, gets taken down. That's going to be huge. 2v3 situation now. And now it's down to a 2v2. But Kosti is in top art. Good luck dealing with that. And they do. Now it's down to a 2v1. Top art yet again. Pressure on the hill. And that's what you need. You got the player in Overwatch. That's going to be Shock. He is your lifeline. Oh my God, Vizzy. Are you going to be able to make a play? No, you're not. Team Kinetics are able to extend it to a round 4. And what a fashion to do it.
Yeah, that is a crazy comeback. I mean, that play, that shot onto the player top art is monumental. And that's a huge round to find if you're Team Kinetics. Now, you've got the ball rolling. How much of a snowball can you make?
It'd be crazy seeing how this thing rolls at the moment. If you're Team Kinetics, you feel like you have something. It doesn't matter how narrow the victory was. You got it done. Vizzy making the smart play there. You can't let it get it done on ticks in case this thing does go to a round 5. God forbid. So you'd rather lose on lives than that situation. Now onto the attack. Goes Empyreal, a full flank towards B. I love the early aggression out there. You find the first kill, get the trades, and now you got to sit pretty on this B site. You're going to get some presence towards top art yet again out of Vizzy. 2 ticks already through onto B, and oh my goodness, what a start for Empyreal, who just continues to rip Team Kinetics apart. Team Kinetics, they're able to hang around just long enough, but this might be the straw that breaks their back.
Yeah, I mean, B's already gone. They're down respawns as well. This A, it gets mixy. It gets trade heavy. And without lives, it's going to be hard to hold on. Shefu, that's a tough gunfight, but he'll keep his life at least for now. Finally will fall. Massacre again. He is doing everything it takes to pull Empyreal over the line. 2 ticks already cashed in, just looking for one more. They're going for a speed run here. On control, still Vizzy towards top art, and it's over. Empyreal, before you can blink and miss it, they get that round over and done with. What a speed run.
They weren't playing around at all, Grab. They wanted this thing over, man, and they did not waste any time. And Vizzy, just a menace in top art, time and time again, whether it was the first push onto B. Even when they lost that defense, that's where he found himself. He's comfortable up there, and he got it down.
I mean, if you look at the non-traded kills, I know I keep bringing up non-traded kills, but it really shows the most impactful kills. Obviously, volume is there, especially in a lives-based game mode, but the impact that you're able to have with non-traded kills is just so much higher. I mean, that's how we saw Team Kinetics take that B side on their offense round. They got a great rotation. They got 2 great gunfight wins. They spread out from there. I mean, that's the real impact you can have in a control. Those non-traded kills are so impactful, but in the end, it's Empyreal. I mean, just having a complete heyday on their offense. They've yet to lose an offensive round on Vault, which is crazy. I mean, that's insane. We usually, I mean, I said it before that normally you just say, okay, we're going around 5. Let's try to get that tick advantage. But Empyreal says, no, screw that. We are just going to do it. I mean, that is a crazy couple of control maps from them, as now heading into 2 back-to-back protocols. That's going to be a tough one if you're the side of Team Kinetics.
Absolutely. You're not looking forward to it whatsoever. Listen, chat, we're going to get map number 4 set up. Don't go too far. We got an exciting end to this one coming at you.
U18 Esports is here with our friends at GamerxSociety at the LA Tech Week event in Santa Monica. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, and giving away some prizes in a special 1v1 showdown event from our friends at GamerxSociety. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Be the first case like John, got it. Whoa, be the first case like. Be the first case like John, got it. Anything wrong, my dogs got it. Them boss, I call shot. Sweat a few bags at the raw spot. Where you been? Got a rock popping at the hotel. Better run the play for him. Yeah, before I hit the plate, make the house smell. Throwing up trays and Marshall.
Yeah, they do have to find something different, but Encourage is going to get that opening peak, and now he's got a little bit of control over to that B site. What he's going to try and do here is a delayed track tactic. Try and whistle out as many of the Unity players as he can. He's doing a fantastic
Oh my God.
Yeah, got to take a dip. It's the hot weather of the UAE, and skill, he's still peaking.
How well you can do on the water. Quite literally, the entire point is in the water. What I've seen so far, there's skill with a two-piece. That's what I'm seeing, but what I've seen in general on this hard point is that people who tend to swim just above the surface, using this little middle ottoman here for cover, tend to find the most success. That's exactly what skill's doing, and that's exactly why he's going 20.
On the hill, careful though. You can see everything, but everything can see you. And Legacy going big as Ruizzi goes for the defuse. Almost got it, but Underworld sneaks it away from him. It's a 1v1. Doesn't see him in the smoke, but is able to get the turn and burn in Underworld.
Fine for 3. Swag check. Finds a two-piece of his own. And that could be the break able to play his life. One left to deal with. He has the cruise missile. SGP wants to put this thing away. Oh my God, Swag onto the 7. They're gonna have to continue to go massive. Big step up, that's gonna be 3 for him.
Once again, to try and win this round, still needs to find these players. Looking to try and find Confident. Will be able to catch him off guard, but it's gonna be Derek who's going for the chow. And Lurk's able to get the 1v2 victory. Oh my goodness.
Running away is easy. You're still leaving us up. Running away is easy. You're still leaving us up.
And 9. Lose this round, just given the sides as Lux. That would have been up to him to win, but with 7.5 seconds to defuse. So here we go now, going into round number 3. Pick again is going to be
Yeah, nobody checks it except Lux might have gotten this.
almost did, getting that 2-piece to begin the round. There's
Alex, and then he gets the.
but that is, again, surely going to be a valuable return on investment as Super from a distance use their MCW and put bullets through bodies, as now Omid is finding themselves in the same predicament as Legacy last round.
This is horrible. This is why people don't like high rise, because of the spawn traps that comes in. Super picks off one. He now moves to the opposite side, trying to see if he can pick off another one. Not gonna be successful.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back locked and loaded. Map 4, Protocol Hardpoint. This one is going to be the make or break for Team Kinetics. They need to win this one to extend the series and send us to the S&D Map 5 again on Protocol. So a road to redemption for Team Kinetics and a chance to put this one to bed if you're Team Empyreal.
That's what they're looking for. Kinetics, they got to hope that map number 1 mojo comes back to them. They played that really well. We're able to battle long enough to hang around. Protocol, I think that's a map where you can keep it mixy enough and you can hang around, and we very well could see this map 5 coming up. Protocol's tough. It's a tough map to really try to establish dominance on, unless you're absolutely frying and just ahead of everything. But I don't think that's going to be the case against this Team Kinetics team.
Yeah, I think the big thing with Protocol is, again, that P3 into P4, it has the potential to get so many points. I mean, P1 doesn't really have that same, potency to it as early on. I mean, 3 on the board to start for Kinetics is a great way to round out this P1 to... Oh, shit, what a win that is. As now onto the point we go. 9 points on the board for Kinetics so far. They're going to look to continue their dominance of this P1, but, P1 normally will go to the players spawning on that, or apologies, to the team spawning on the east side. So it's a lot of P2 rotations and how you can get towards where you want to go.
P2 setting up, getting ready to go here. A few more seconds. On the beneficial side is going to be Empyreal, and that's going to be Coasty already set up over there. Pushed up pretty forward is Vizzy. I like that positioning up in top zip. Does get the read. Can he find the player? No, doesn't get the timing ultimately. So that is going to be a 3 dead in a good break out of Team Kinetics. Looking to extend their lead here after what was a good P1. Trying to establish some more presence on P2. Not really on the side they need to be, but, with less than 30 seconds left, you really want to be spawning all the way back there when P3 is on the other side of the map. Certainly have that in the back of their minds. Shifu trying to win some battles up top while the hill battle continues to ensue. And Shifu, just being a menace up top, has wasted a lot of time and allowed Team Kinetics to just get right back on the hill and establish themselves yet again. And look at that. They got the spawns as there's only 12 seconds left till P3 rolls.
Yeah, P3 is going to be firmly in the hands of Team Kinetics, at least if they have anything to say about it. But that P4 is going to be the real big moneymaker for one of these teams, as now it's Empyreal. They need to try to find this break. It's going to be a big flank coming through from Coasty. He needs to find at least one off of this, but maybe not. Vizzy's going to find a couple, looking for more. Calyx is going to get help from a teammate, and it's an absolute rinse on P3 from Empyreal. That is a huge break to find, as they're going to get some points under their belt and have a good setup to potentially look for P4 here, as Ash up towards top zip will not need to get that first one, so to have an opportunity onto a second. Contested it goes. That's a terrible fight to lose for Ash and Team Kinetics, as they will still flip the hill momentarily, but this P4 control is more than in the hands of Empyreal for now.
Locking it down, seeing what they're able to complete here. Empyreal is battled right back in this thing. Shock, though, looking to make it contest, make something happen, finds the kill, teammate right out in front. But P4 is what we're all focused on now. Gunfight battles to go the way of Team Kinetics. Can they hold? Clean 4 dead. Certainly going to get the early time and extend that lead ever so slightly. You do have to worry about Massacre, who's a playmaker, who has been a nightmare this entire series for you. Finding another huge gunfight win. Luckily, Ash is there to trade him out. But Coasty, hot on his heels, finds another one, and that is a break for the moment and gets traded out. Drix in Shock right there. Team Kinetics does not want Empyreal to feel like they have anything going.
How does Calyx win those 2 fights? An opportunity, huge one here for Empyreal. They'll win that fight, and that should be the rest of the scrap. On to P1. up next. After the first full reset, it should be Empyreal ahead. An opportunity to extend that lead over towards P1. Sheffield going to grab one there onto Coasty as part of a trade, is up towards that top floor. Again, will be Shock to grab that one as Vizzy gets a good Pele onto Drix. As Kinetics, they're going to try and close down that lead with this P1. They're already most of the way there, and they've done it already. 1 point shy, but they'll take it regardless. A good clear out, though, from Calyx and the rest of Empyreal as they flip P1 back their way. As Shock can't quite grab that last headshot that would have been needed. Still in a little bit of an awkward spot here. Finds a good piece of time and can't find the kill. It's Afsh and Shefu to find two to sort of stem the bleeding. Keep this point gray as Massacre in the vicinity will hop back on, but he's in a world of hurt. Needs help from his team. Does get two on the pieces of support. Shot from the side, though. Will get one. Gets traded out, though. Immediately so, as top turret is so strong. No team can really establish control for now, as Coasty gonna get completely ripped off of it. Kinetics will grab the scrap, but P2 about to pop, and it's Kinetics the first team there.
Hot on that front side is Empyreal, though. Massacre is around the outside. You do take care of the last reinforcement he did have, so it is going to be Empyreal's hill for the moment, but not too far away is the side of Team Kinetics, just waiting to regroup and hit this thing as a squad. No need to try to go absolutely insane. Coasty's going to be there with the trade. Open hill for the moment. Team Kinetics right back on it. Tricks trying to get a gunfight win up top mid, finds that. Couple of trades go through. Vizzy takes the player off of the hill. Shock the last in the back. Finds that kill as well. Trying to get back towards the lead of Empyreal as they cross the 100-point mark. And won't be able to tie it up if they hold the rest of this time. But it will be pretty good for them. Unfortunate team, Nate. Think he might have thought he was a bad guy. Unfortunate. A little... stop your defense there, and that's a little bit of scrap and a backup that Empyreal has. You don't really even worry about the time, but that's a lot of map presence and control towards P3 that you got.
Now look at the positioning of Shefu, though. He's got a great spot to try to make something happen. Unfortunately, on the front door, the rest of his team is completely shut out, so needs to wait a little bit in the back end. Does get the spawns, though, and that's a big one to find. It's with Coasty being the guardian of the zip with that knife in hand. Still, look at the play from Kinetics. They've got this P3 under wraps, and it's a huge play. Again, though, it's Vizzy this map. Look at the KD. 29 and 16. Was on a 7 streak before. Wasn't able to get to that Hellstorm just barely. As now, in through the front door they go. Looking to try and find something here as Empyreal, but they're just getting shut down. Stays great for a moment, but now it's Team Kinetics with the lead. The first one they've had in what feels like an eternity. Massacre beat to P1 by Drix, and he had absolutely no idea that was the case. Coasty almost found the turnaround there as it's Vizzy to find the trade. Not again able to stay alive as it's all down to Massacre. Holding up that scrap, but no P4 positioning just yet for Empyreal. So Kinetics, they're looking to turn this one into a money hill.
Logging it down. They did a good job on the P4 last time, getting the break. Now it's their turn to hold it. And pushing through that old P4 side out towards the boat is going to be Empyreal. Just trying to find some kills. They do have the hill for the moment, but reinforcements coming through. Is it Vizzy who's going to be able to stand tall? You bet it is. Huge two-piece to grab the lead and extend it. Shock. Trying to make a break on through the outside. A little bit of a team push coming through. You're going to get Drix on a bit of a flank. But Massacre was ready for it. Gets gunned down anyway. Chifu coming out on top of the trades. And it's Coasty and his teammate trying to work through to get the scrap. They come out on top of that trade. So the scrap will go to Empyreal to try to extend this lead. But these two teams having a hot battle just like map 1.
Yeah, 20-point lead for Empyreal. P1 set up in the hands of Kinetics for now, but they're very spread out, very desperate for each other's help. And Drix, he is going to start them off on a good foot. They'll get on P1, get some time on the board. They want to draw a level before this P2 pops. And if they can do it, it's great. Calyx going to be able to grab one, and a great break from Empyreal to start off. Again, the contest comes through. Ring around the rosy they go, but Massacre gets help from a teammate. He's going to get one of his own now. As Coasty on 2 as well. Still needing to find more. Vizzy, 38 and 21. He's going to get 40, whether he likes it or not, by the end of this map, as it's Coasty getting a 3 streak, make that 4. Still looking to hold on to this P1 as it's mainly scrap from here, but it's 3 dead to set up for P2. They'll get the rest of the scrap at the very least. And they're going to shut down Shifu as well. Kosti, he's got a great step to backstab some of those players, but does decide against it. Needs to keep his life as it's Vizzy. Again, through the back end. He'll get shut down by Shock. And now it's going to be P2. This is going to need to be a big hold for Kinetics. They're down almost 60. They're going to need to make some big headway towards that margin.
Yeah, and it's Massacre now working through the backside, picking up where his teammate left off. Luckily, Chifu is in the prowl, ready to go. Finds 2, connects on the 3rd, Trix finds the 4th. And this could be where Team Kinetic starts to come alive. It could be a money hill for them. They are not that close to the finish line, but they want this map 5, and they want it bad. Big kill there yet again out of Chifu as they try to inch closer towards this lead. Shock top artillery is going to get taken down. Massacre through mid, just trying to find this player on box, finds one, gets traded out. So Kosi is going to find that trade off of him. Yet again, scraps here for Empyreal. P3 getting ready to roll. Looks like it is all theirs for the moment.
Yeah, Imperial's more than in position. I love the play from them. They send one for the scraps. Just let him fight for his life. Kafu, how do you win that? Kosti gets absolutely fried. Now Ash on the front end. We're going to try and make something happen. It's a full break for the side of Kinetics. Can Empyreal say anything about it is the question. And it's Shefu with the final trade, Strider in hand. Looking to make something happen. It's a Massacre on the flank. Needs to find 1, ideally 2 off of a play like this. As it's the front end, his team is stalled just a little bit. Look at the full flank, but he gets nothing. He's completely stuffed out. As Empyreal, they need to get onto this point. Kinetics can win it off of this P3. They need to force a P4, and they need control of it. As Empyreal, they're contesting, they're fighting. Ash the last one, he finds 1. Looking for another, can't quite find it, but he bought all the time Shefu could ever need to get that rotation underway. No win on this point. So it's a huge mad dash over to P4. Shock gonna be there, but it's Empyreal, the first ones on the spot. They'll find 2, and they're going to need 28 seconds of a hold. 4 seconds needed for Kinetics, as the first one will fall on this hit. 1 trade, Shefu, he's the one on the point. Winning a huge 1v1, though, is Empyreal. Still back and forth we go. Shock and Ash, there's the points, and there's the map. Kinetics win the 1v1s on P4, and they'll force a map 5.
Wow, didn't necessarily think that was coming. It looked like Empyreal was really setting up to take off, but that P2 break that Kinetics had, it was just everything for them, even to make some work on the P3. So that P4, all you needed was a few seconds to get the break. Empyreal had a good chance there in the beginning. It just was ultimately too much to do. And yeah, you said it. We get map 5. I feel a little spoiled, but I think we earned it.
Yeah, a huge showing from this Team Kinetic squad. I mean, they have had an absolute 8A on the hard points. They have got it by some margins, but now they got to go to an S&D. And I mean, different map, same mode that they got 6-0'd on just earlier this series. It's going to be a tough one to end out on, but with the momentum on their side, I do think it's very possible.
Absolutely. They're rolling, and you go to an S&D, it's a chance to slow things down, kind of hit your routes, kind of focus up. But, you know, it's just Empyreal has looked so good in so many situations. You can't necessarily count them out either. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes to around 11.
Yeah, I think we could see the distance. I think if a team is going to run away with this, it would be Empyreal. But I 100% agree with you. I think we could see round 10, round 11 pretty consistently here. I'd say very minimum we see 9. I think it's going to be pretty hard for this one to be decided before that. But you know what? Maybe one of these teams has got something cooking that they didn't let us know about. You know, maybe they left something simmering this whole series, and now's the time to cash in on it. Like I said earlier, this is the one that may just decide this whole last chance qualifier. These are the 2 front runners. These are the 2 teams that absolutely stomped in the first round. They look evenly matched. And I mean, I don't want to be a downer for the other teams that aren't on stream right now, but you watch these 2 teams evenly matched, you're going to have to play against the other one that you haven't played against when they're, you know, you already got 3-0'd the first time. You got to make it back. And it's a tough situation for both of these continuing matches, as this one, again, it's going to set most of the tempo.
We'll have to see how it plays out. We're going to get map number 5 set up when we come back. This series will be decided.
U18 Esports is here with our friends at GamerxSociety at the LA Tech Week event in Santa Monica. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, and giving away some prizes in a special 1v1 showdown event from our friends at GamerxSociety. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Be the first case like John, got it. Whoa, be the first case like. Be the first case like John, got it. Anything wrong, my dogs got it. Them boss, I call shot. Sweat a few bags at the raw spot. Where you been? Got a rock popping at the hotel. Better run the play for him. Yeah, before I hit the plate, make the house smell. Throwing up trays and Marshall.
Yeah, they do have to find something different, but Encourage is going to get that opening peak, and now he's got a little bit of control over to that B site. What he's going to try and do here is a delayed track tactic. Try and whistle out as many of the empty players as he can. He's doing a fantastic
God.
Yeah, got to take a dip. It's the hot weather of the UAE, and skill, he's still peaking.
How well you can do in the water. Quite literally, the entire point is in the water. What I've seen so far, there's skill with a two-piece. That's what I'm seeing, but what I've seen in general on this hard point is that people who tend to swim just above the surface, using this little middle ottoman here for cover, tend to find the most success. That's exactly what skill's doing, and that's exactly why he's going 20.
On the hill, careful though. You can see everything, but everything can see you. And Legacy going big as Ruizzi goes for the defuse. Almost got it, but Underworld sneaks it away from him. It's a 1v1. Doesn't see him in the smoke, but is able to get the turn and burn in Underworld.
Fine for 3. Swag check. Finds a 2-piece of his own. And that could be the break able to play his life. Take care of. One left to deal with. He has the cruise missile. SGP wants to put this thing away. Oh my god, Swag onto the 7. They're gonna have to continue to go massive. Big step up, that's gonna be 3 for him.
Once again, to try and win this round, still needs to find these players. Looking to try and find Confident. Will be able to catch him off guard, but it's gonna be Derek who's going for the chow. And Lawrence able to get the 1v2 victory. Oh my goodness.
Running away is easy. You're still leaving us up. Running away is easy. You're still leaving us up.
in 9. Lose this round, just given the sides as Lux. That would have been up to him to win, but with 7.5 seconds to defuse. So here we go now, going into round number 3. Pick again is going to be
in. Yep, nobody checks it except Lux might have gotten this.
almost did, getting that 2-piece to begin the round. There's
Alex, and then he gets the.
But that is, again, surely going to be a valuable return on investment as Super from a distance use their MCW and put bullets through bodies, as now Omid is finding themselves in the same predicament as Legacy last round.
This is horrible. This is why people don't like high rise, because of the spawn trap that comes in. Super picks off one. He now moves to the opposite side, trying to see if he can pick off another one. Not going to be all too successful, and Super decides, you know what? I'll just start moving back, because he's on 6-3. Make this 7. He's got a cruise in his pocket, and he still wants more. He gets another.
Wow.
He's on 8, and this is more the Legacy we saw last game. This is the Legacy that comes and fights, and Super is still going with 9.
One of the points, Volatile is just going to hop on up to kill and be like, what's up, man? Go back to the respawns lobby, and as that's going to be 4 off on Cabal, nearly at 10 lives winning, and Volatile still being an absolute menace here, playing his life is a smart thing to do. 26-16, now over 11 in the deficit.
It's spawn trap heaven. It is complete spawn trap heaven.
Wow.
There's 8.
Oh my
There's
gosh.
9. Volatile is on 9 kills. There's a cruise in his pocket.
Oh.
He's still going for 10. Volatile is running out of bullets, and Cabal.
U18 Esports is here with our friends at GamerxSociety at the LA Tech Week event in Santa Monica. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, and giving away some prizes in a special 1v1 showdown event from our friends at GamerxSociety. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Be the first case like John, got it. Whoa, be the first case like. Be the first case like John, got it. Anything wrong, my dogs got it. Them boss, I call shot. Sweat a few bags at the raw spot. Where you been? Got a rock popping at the hotel. Better run the play for him. Well, before I hit the plate, make the house smell. Throwing up trays and Marshall.
Something different, but Encourage is going to get that opening peak, and now he's got a little bit of control over to that B site. What he's going to try and do here is a delayed track tactic. Try and whistle out as many of the Unity players as he can. He's doing a fantastic job. Yeah, got to take a dip. It's the hot weather of the UAE, and skill, he's still peaking.
How well you can do on the water. Quite literally, the entire point is in the water. What I've seen so far, there's skill with a 2-piece. That's what I'm seeing, but what I've seen in general on this hard point is that people who tend to swim just above the surface, using this little middle ottoman here for cover, tends to find the most success. That's exactly what Skill's doing, and that's exactly why he's going 20.
Do not fear. Map 5 is here. So is Graph, and so is Shake. We're here too. So is Empyreal and Team Kinetics. They're here as well. We got a lot going on. It's map number 5. It's Search and Destroy. It's Protocol. Graph, how you feeling about this one, pal?
I'm feeling pretty good. Like I said before we went to the break, I'd be surprised if this doesn't go at least 8 or 9 rounds. But you know what? I think Empyreal have been looking really good on the S&Ds, both, I mean, in this series and the last. I guess the last, you know what, their vault didn't look too good, but they turned that right around in this series. So I think if there is a team to run away with it, it'll be Empyreal. But I'm pretty confident this will go at least to that, like, 8 or 9 round mark. I'd love to see 10-11 though.
I think it's definitely got distance potential. I wouldn't be shocked if this one goes round 11, just because of the simple fact that these two teams have been battling it all day, and I don't think it's going to stop now. This map is so interesting. Protocol, search, and destroy. To have it come down to this, I don't know that, either of these two teams are all that comfortable in that situation, but we'll see who's got the ice in their bones to pull it off.
Yeah, it's going to be Team Kinetics starting off on the offense. Ash with the bomb already. They're going to look to try to hit through the Batcave and make something happen, but it looks like I'm looking at the wrong team. It's Empyreal taking the control of the Batcave. They're going to give over B to start, looking to try to retake that. K9 Drew in the vicinity. That's going to be the first 2 to drop for the side of Kinetics. Down to a 2v4 is not the spot you want to be in. At least they do have that bomb down, but there's still a lot more to go. And Ash now in a 1v4, and great start for Empyreal with a flawless round.
Yeah, I say, oh boy, because it was a flawless round and it didn't take long. You did get the bomb down if you're Team Kinetics, but you basically spawn on the things. That's, it is what it is there. So it's tough. It's tough to lose that one. You get it down in the way you want and you just crumble.
Yeah, it's tough. I think Empyreal, I mean, especially if they're able to keep these streaks rolling, potentially look to get some RCXDs online, get towards a Hellfire even, I mean, then you're in a fantastic situation to try to really make something happen. Even just winning this round would be a fantastic start. As Massacre, he's got himself a nice deep position. He's got the bomb on his back, which could be good, could be bad. Looking for a player to flank up, and will find that one. As the nade traded back one onto Vizzy. They're going to try and still find something. It's Massacre, though, still with the bomb. He's in a little bit of no man's land, and down it goes. That's a huge misstep from Empyreal, as they could have had a free plant over by this B side after they see all that presence, but there's nothing to be found now with the bomb on the ground.
Bomb down. What are you going to be able to do? It looks like Ash has full information on that as well. Shifu just trying to lay in wait, see if he can catch someone off guard and spiral, but it's looking like a big door hit out of both players for Empyreal. Coasty with his teammate Drew trying to make something happen, but the flank has come through for the side of Team Kinetics, looking to clutch up on a round. They get both kills, and now we're knotted yet again.
Yeah, that's a tough play. I mean, Massacre was doing great work in the back end, gets that player top, second floor, and the issue is, if he's even able to get one in that play while dropping the bomb, it's salvageable, but getting absolutely dumpstered and dropping the bomb in that situation is just such a tough road to redemption. As now, both of these teams can prove they've proved their stuff on defense. Now it's an opportunity on the offense. Or apologies, both teams on. Man, I am losing it. This one is a banger. Both of these teams looking to make something happen. It's offense this time for Team Kinetics. The turnaround for Massacre needs to come through a little bit faster, but 3 found already. Looking for number 4, Empyreal. They look absolutely clinical on these defense rounds.
And they haven't done a single thing wrong so far. A single player is yet to fall for them on defense, on protocol, search, and destroy. You do have Ash just trying to make something happen. Maybe you can find a kill to get the boys pumped up. Maybe it's a nice little gunfight win, and nothing to be said there. As far as that goes, Empyreal takes their second round. Both defensive round wins, both flawless defensive round wins. Drew's going to be the benefactor of the final kill, just laying down, hoping he gets a rotation. He does, closes it out. And we go back and forth here. I wouldn't be surprised if we just trade defenses for a little while till someone figures something out.
I think the offense side can be so difficult, just since that B is, look at how close it is to the defensive spawn. it's a lot of map to chew through, and that A isn't exactly easy either. As now, an opportunity for Empyreal to try and extend this lead, but like you said, it's going to be a pretty big... Oh, that's a great nade in from Shefu. Still won't find one off of it. There's only a 1-for-1 trade is not terrible for Empyreal from this position. Stemtech's out. Coasty, he's going to get out of there, and they may look to try and route through towards this B side. Busy going to find a huge 1v1 win. Still looking to get out of it with his life, and that's going to be a little bit easier said than done. Massacre caught up a creek. Where's his paddle is the question. As Shock, timing is just so weird. Shock has the flank onto Coasty. He doesn't even know it, though. As back down towards this A site they go. They will be able to get this bomb down into a 2v2 retake.
We see a little bit of an offensive round victory. Don't know. Bomb is down. Don't know what kind of difference that'll make. Massacre, though, certainly trying to make a play happen. Both players looking to hit through big door. Seems to be a popular play on the retake here. They fall into a trap. They catch a timing, unfortunate, onto a player. Looks like they want to set up a defuse. I think they did spot the player that is on Spiral. They did, and they got him out. Will they come out on top of the trades? No, Empyreal will get them both down and take it, a 3-1 lead. Oh my goodness, Massacre rearing his head yet again. 1 and 2 on the slide. Jump shots are good.
Yeah, that is a huge clutch from Massacre. I mean, he's been a little in and out this series as far as impact, but he's had maps where he's hot, and those maps have not gone well for Team Kinetics. So Empyreal, a great piece to really start taking a hold of this map. Up 3-1, looking to make that 4-1, as they've done clinical work so far on defense. Busy, look at that angle, is going to be able to drop the bomb. A little bit of information given. They know someone's going to have to go get it, but they're going to relinquish that positioning for now. Hand that bomb back over.
There it is. See what's able to happen. Down a man already. Another good defensive start for Empyreal. Spread out across the map. Coasty's just laying down, waiting for someone to hop down that elevator shaft. He is going to find one. So now you're down 2 yet again. Massacre just having some fun with the knife over there. Just enjoying himself up to a 4-1 with the 2 streak. In his back pocket, might as well have some fun. Now down to a 1v3 is Shock. Unfortunately, all too familiar position does pick up one onto Coasty. So that is going to be position granted for the moment. Vizzy is locking down that part of the map, but he is just going to get on a dodge and head down below. Unfortunately, not too much respite. A player waiting. Empyreal starting to roll something here.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity for Empyreal. I mean, they're still completely unstopped on defense. That round, a little bit more fight from Team Kinetics, but still a lot to find if you're them. I mean, down 1-4, by no means an impossible situation, but you basically, it feels like have to win this one. You're going to have to figure out a way to win on offense eventually. You need to give yourself a step into it. And this is one where you've basically got to win it. You've got to make something happen.
Got to start here. If you want a legitimate comeback chance, you can't expect a 1-5 comeback against a team like Empyreal. Just not going to be a good recipe for success. Chifu does find one, but Coasty is going to find another on the other side. So that's going to leave Chifu by himself, staring a 5-1 deficit in his face. Bomb down now as well. Chifu is able to pick up one, so that's a 1v2. A lot of ground to cover. And you two have to deal with Coasty, who's just up top, and Massacre, who's just roaming around looking for any bit of information. Does gain it there. Smartly just backs on up, doesn't give his life up for free. I was just trying to play with his emotions a little bit. Chifu, tweak him out a little bit. See if he can take a play here just around the cliffs. Doesn't want to waste too much time, but that bomb check will come through here. Do they get the kill? The crossfire comes through, and now Empyreal finds themselves with a map point.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to have a lot of chances to put this one to bed, but they don't want to let that momentum get going for the side of Team Kinetics. They want to close it out on the side they've had so much success on They've only had 2 deaths on defense so far. So putting it to bed on this one is, I'd say, pretty advisable and pretty realistic. 4 streak on the board for Massacre, RCXD in hand. And, I mean, a Hellfire pretty far out of reach, especially for the current score. So again, Empyreal, chance to put this one to bed.
Trying to lock it down for their 2nd series victory in a row and a firm grasp of first place in this round robin last chance qualifier here. Could be certainly something that could lock it away. I mean, not necessarily. They still need to win their last match, but it puts them in a good spot with a firm grasp, controlling their destiny at the very least. Looking to clean up here now to a 3v3 situation. Drew anchoring that back deep artillery, good defensive positioning to have, but you're going to get Massacre on that kill. Drew finds another one. Chifu, the last player alive yet again. 1v2 though, not completely unclutchable here for a player like Chifu.
Yeah, Chifu gonna have to go huge to keep his team in it. Oh, finds one for free. Let's not count him out of this just yet. Other player in a little bit of an awkward spot. Chifu will find the clutch. Kinetics, they'll take the round. And they got going. Now an opportunity to really start chipping their way back into this map.
See what they're able to do here. I mean, it's not completely over. You know, you win around here. It's 5-2. You win another one. You got the 5-3 curse in your favor. Listen, it's their chat. It's been done before. There have certainly been crazier occurrences. We'll see if Team Kinetics has that special bit of sauce to get it going here and seal the deal. A lot of work to be done before we even get to a point where they could possibly do that. A lot of gunfights need to come down. A little bit of a different start here. Not as quick, not as many bodies falling early, so you got to feel decent about that on Kinetics on defense. Giving up, kind of hunkering down towards that back B building, giving up a decent amount around the outside and looking for a strong retake.
Yeah, we saw the Hellstorm come down and not able to get value, but it does force them into the building and give them that B side. Already up numbers. There's a second. Coasty gonna make this nice and easy. Take it out of the realm of possibility even, potentially. There's another one from Coasty. All down to Drix in a 1v4. One to find and one on the ground. Looking for more and nothing gone. Empyreal. They'll continue and they'll take this map and series 6-2. A big win for them. As now they've put themselves in a fantastic position to take the rest of this day in first place.
Yeah, I mean, that was probably their toughest matchup, and they just took care of them. It took a while to get it done. You got to map 5, but it wasn't as hard as we thought it was going to be. I was thinking maybe round 11. You were thinking minimum round 9. It got to round 8. That was a pretty good call out of you. It was pretty close, but I mean, certainly not as difficult as we thought it was going to be for Empyreal. Going to have to watch them in our next matchup. But listen, chat, we're going to toss it to just a quick break. We're going to stick with our Empyreal squad. Don't go too far. We'll be right back.
U18 Esports is here with our friends at GamerxSociety at the LA Tech Week event in Santa Monica. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, and giving away some prizes in a special 1v1 showdown event from our friends at GamerxSociety. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, be the first case like John, got it. Whoa, be the first case like. Be the first case like John, got it. Anything wrong, my dogs got it. Them boss I call shot. Sweat a few bags at the raw spot. Where you been? Got a rock popping at the hotel. Better run the play for him. Yeah, before I hit the plate, make the house smell. Throwing up trays and Marshall.
find something different, but Encourage is going to get that opening peak, and now he's got a little bit of control over to that B site. What he's going to try and do here is a delayed track tactic. Try and whistle out as many of the Unity players as he can. He's doing a fantastic job. Yeah, got to take a dip. It's the hot weather of the UAE, and skill, he's still peaking.
How well you can do on the water. Quite literally, the entire point is in the water. What I've seen so far, there's skill with a two-piece. That's what I'm seeing, but what I've seen in general on this hard point is that people who tend to swim just above the surface, using this little middle ottoman here for cover, tend to find the most success. That's exactly what skill's doing, and that's exactly why he's going 20.
On the hill, careful though. You can see everything, but everything can see you. And Legacy going big as Ruizzi goes for the defuse. Almost got it, but Underworld sneaks it away from him. It's a 1v1. Doesn't see him in the smoke, but is able to get the turn and burn in Underworld.
Fine for 3. Swag check. Finds a two-piece of his own. And that could be the break able to play his life. Take care of. One left to deal with. He has the cruise missile. SGP wants to put this thing away. Oh my god, Swag onto the 7. They're gonna have to continue to go massive. Big step up, that's gonna be 3 for him.
Once again, to try and win this round, still needs to find these players. He's looking to try and find Confident. Will be able to catch him off guard, but it's gonna be Derek who's going for the chow, and Lurk's able to get the 1v2 victory. Oh my goodness.
Running away is easy. You're still leaving us up. Running away is easy. You're still leaving us up.
In 9. Lose this round, just given the sides as Lux. That would have been up to him to win, but with 7.5 seconds to defuse. So here we go now, going into round number 3. Pick again is going to be in.
Yeah, nobody checks it except Lux might have gotten this.
Almost did, getting that 2-piece to begin the round. There's
Alex, and then he gets the.
But that is, again, surely going to be a valuable return on investment as Super from a distance use their MCW and put bullets through bodies, as now Omid is finding themselves in the same predicament as Legacy last round.
This is horrible. This is why people don't like high rise, because of the spawn trap that comes in. Super picks off one. He now moves to the opposite side, trying to see if he can pick off another one. Not going to be all too successful, and Super decides, you know what? I'll just start moving back, because he's on 6-3. Make this 7. He's got a cruise in his pocket, and he still wants more. He gets another.
Wow.
He's on 8, and this is more the Legacy we saw last game. This is the Legacy that comes and fights, and Super is still going with 9.
One of the points, Volatile is just going to hop on up to kill and be like, what's up, man? Go back to the respawns lobby, and as that's going to be 4 off on Cabal, nearly at 10 lives winning, and Volatile still being an absolute menace here, playing his life, a smart thing to do. 26 to 16, now over 11 in the deficit.
It's spawn trap heaven. It is complete spawn trap heaven.
Wow.
There's
Oh
eight,
my
there's
gosh.
9. Votel is on 9 kills. There's a cruise in his pocket.
Oh.
He's still going for 10. Votel is running out of bullets and Cabal.
U18 Esports is here with our friends at GamerxSociety at the LA Tech Week event in Santa Monica. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, and giving away some prizes in a special 1v1 showdown event from our friends at GamerxSociety. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Be the first case like John, got it. Whoa, be the first case like. Be the first case like John, got it. Anything wrong, my dogs got it. Them boss, I call shot. Sweat a few bags at the raw spot. Where you been trying to rock popping at the hotel? Better run the play for 'em. Yeah, before I hit the plate, make the house smell. Throwing up trays and Marshall.
Yeah, they do have to find something different, but Encourage is going to get that opening peak, and now he's got a little bit of control over to that B site. What he's going to try and do here is a delay track tactic. Try and whistle out as many of the Unity players as he can. He's doing a fantastic
God.
job. Yeah, got to take a dip. It's the hot weather of the UAE, and skill, he's still peaking.
How well you can do on the water. Quite literally, the entire point is in the water. What I've seen so far, there's skill with a two-piece. That's what I'm seeing, but what I've seen in general on this hard point is that people who tend to swim just above the surface, using this little middle ottoman here for cover, tends to find the most success. That's exactly what skill's doing, and that's exactly why he's going 20.
On the hill, careful though. You can see everything, but everything can see you. And Legacy going big as Ruizzi goes for the defuse. Almost got it, but Underworld sneaks it away from him. It's a 1v1. Doesn't see him in the smoke, but is able to get the turn and burn in Underworld.
Fine for 3. Swag check. Finds a 2-piece of his own. And that could be the break able to play his life. Take care of. One left to deal with. He has the cruise missile. SGP wants to put this thing away. Oh my God, Swag onto the 7. They're gonna have to continue to go massive. Big step up, that's gonna be 3 for him.
Once again, to try and win this round, still needs to find these players. Looking to try and find Confident. Will be able to catch him off guard, but it's gonna be Derek who's going for the chow. And Lurk's able to get the 1v2 victory. Oh my goodness.
Running away is easy. You still leaving us hot. Running away is easy. You still leaving us hot.
and 9. Lose this round, just given the sides as Lux. That would have been up to him to win, but with 7.5 seconds to defuse. So here we go now, going into round number 3. Pick again is going to be
in. Yeah, nobody checks it except Lux might have gotten this.
almost did, getting that 2-piece to begin the round. There's
Alex, and then oh, he gets the.
But that is, again, surely going to be a valuable return on investment as Super from a distance use their MCW and put bullets through bodies, as now Omid is finding themselves in the same predicament as Legacy last round.
This is horrible. This is why people don't like high rise, because of the spawn traps that comes in. Super picks off one. He now moves to the opposite side, trying to see if he can pick off another one. Not going to be all too successful, and Super decides, you know what? I'll just start moving back, because he's on 6-3. Make this 7. He's got a cruise in his pocket, and he still wants more. He gets another.
Wow.
He's on 8, and this is more the legacy we saw last game. This is the legacy that comes and fights, and Super is still going with 9.
One of the points, Volatile is just going to hop on up the kill and be like, what's up, man? Go back to the respawns lobby, and as that's going to be 4 off on Cabal, nearly at 10 lives winning, and Volatile is still being an absolute menace here, playing his life. It's a smart thing to do. 26 to 16, now over 11 in the deficit.
It's spawn trap heaven. It is complete spawn trap heaven.
Wow.
There's 8.
Oh my
There's
gosh.
9. Volatile is on 9 kills. There's a cruise in his pocket.
Oh.
He's still going for 10. Volatile is running out of bullets, and Cabal.
U18 Esports is here with our friends at GamerxSociety at the LA Tech Week event in Santa Monica. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, and giving away some prizes in a special 1v1 showdown event from our friends at GamerxSociety. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Be the first case like John, got it. Whoa, be the first case like. Be the first case like John, got it. Anything wrong, my dogs got it. Them boss, I call shot. Sweat a few bags at the raw spot. Where you been? Got a rock popping at the hotel. Better run the play for him. Yeah. Before I hit the plate, make the house smell. Throwing up trays and Marshall.
Yeah, they do have to find something different, but Encourage is going to get that opening peak, and now he's got a little bit of control over to that B site. What he's going to try and do here is a delayed track tactic. Try and whistle out as many of the Unity players as he can. He's doing a fantastic
God.
Yeah, got to take a dip. It's the hot weather of the UAE, and skill, he's still peaking.
How well you can do in the water. Quite literally, the entire point is in the water. What I've seen so far, there's skill with a 2-piece. That's what I'm seeing, but what I've seen in general on this hard point is that people who tend to swim just above the surface, using this little middle ottoman here for cover, tend to find the most success. That's exactly what skill's doing, and that's exactly why he's going 20.
But on the hill, careful though. You can see everything, but everything can see you. And Legacy going big as Ruizzi goes for the defuse. Almost got it, but Underworld sneaks it away from him. It's a 1v1. Doesn't see him in the smoke, but is able to get the turn and burn in Underworld.
Fine for 3. Swag check finds a 2-piece of his own, and that could be the break able to play his life. Take care of. One left to deal with. He has the cruise missile. SGP wants to put this thing away. Oh my god, Swag onto the 7. They're gonna have to continue to go massive. Big step up, that's gonna be 3 for him.
Once again, to try and win this round, still needs to find these players. Looking to try and find Confident. Will be able to catch him off guard, but it's gonna be Derek who's going for the chow, and Lurk's able to get the 1v2 victory. Oh my goodness.
Running away is easy. You're still leaving us up. Running away is easy. You're still leaving us up.
In 9. Lose this round, just given the sides as Lux. That would have been up to him to win, but with 7.5 seconds to defuse. So here we go now, going into round number 3. Pick again is gonna be in.
Nobody checks it except Lux might have gotten this.
Almost did, getting that 2-piece to begin the round. There's
Alex, and then he gets the.
But that is, again, surely going to be a valuable return on investment as Super from a distance use their MCW and put bullets through bodies, as now Omid is finding themselves in the same predicament as Legacy last round.
This is horrible. This is why people don't like high rise, because of the spawn traps that comes in. Super picks off one. He now moves to the opposite side, trying to see if he can pick off another one. Not going to be all too successful, and Super decides, you know what? I'll just start moving back, because he's on 6-3. Make this 7. He's got a cruise in his pocket, and he still wants more. He gets another.
Wow.
He's on 8, and this is more the Legacy we saw last game. This is the Legacy that comes and fights, and Super is still going with 9.
One of the points, Volatile is just going to hop on up to kill and be like, what's up, man? Go back to the respawns lobby, and as that's going to be 4 off on Cabal, nearly at 10 lives winning, and Volatile is still being an absolute menace here, playing his life is a smart thing to do. 26 to 16, now over 11 in the deficit.
It's spawn trap heaven. It is complete spawn trap heaven.
Wow.
It's
Oh my gosh.
Volatile is on 9 kills. There's a cruise in his pocket.
Oh.
He's still going for 10. Volatile is running out of bullets, and Cabal.
U18 Esports is here with our friends at GamerxSociety at the LA Tech Week event in Santa Monica. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, and giving away some prizes in a special 1v1 showdown event from our friends at GamerxSociety. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Be the first case like John, got it. Whoa, be the first case like. Be the first case like John, got it. Anything wrong, my dogs got it. Them boss I call shot. Sweat a few bags at the raw spot. Where you been? Got the rock popping at the hotel. Better run the play for him. Yeah, before I hit the plate, make the house smell. Throwing up trays and Marshall.
Yeah, they do have to find find something different, but Encourage is going to get that opening peak, and now he's got a little bit of control over to that B site. What he's going to try and do here is a delay track tactic. Try and whistle out as many of the Unity players as he can. He's doing a fantastic job. Yeah, got to take a dip. It's the hot weather of the UAE, and skill, he's still peaking.
How well you can do in the water. Quite literally, the entire point is in the water. What I've seen so far, there's skill with a two-piece. That's what I'm seeing, but what I've seen in general on this hard point is that people who tend to swim just above the surface, using this little middle ottoman here for cover, tend to find the most success. That's exactly what skill's doing, and that's exactly why he's going 20.
Skip on the hill. Careful though, you can see everything, but everything can see you. And Legacy going big as Ruizzi goes for the defuse. Almost got it, but Underworld sneaks it away from him. It's a 1v1. Doesn't see him in the smoke, but is able to get the turn and burn in Underworld.
Fine for 3. Swag check. Finds a two-piece of his own. And that could be the break able to play his life. Take care of. One left to deal with. He has the cruise missile. SGP wants to put this thing away. Oh my god, Swag onto the 7. They're gonna have to continue to go massive. Big step up, that's gonna be 3 for him.
Once again, to try and win this round, still needs to find these players. He's looking to try and find Confident. Will be able to catch him off guard, but it's gonna be Derek who's going for the chow, and Lord's able to get the 1v2 victory. Oh my goodness.
Running away is easy. You're still leaving us up. Running away is easy. You're still leaving us up.
And 9. Lose this round, just given the sides as Lux. That would have been up to him to win, but with 7.5 seconds to defuse. So here we go now, going into round number 3. Pick again is going to be
Yep, nobody checks it except Lux might have gotten this.
almost did, getting that 2-piece to begin the round. There's
Alex, and then he gets the.
but that is again surely going to be a valuable return on investment as Super from a distance use their MCW and put bullets through bodies, as now Omid is finding themselves in the same predicament as Legacy last round.
This is horrible. This is why people don't like high rise, because of the spawn trap that comes in. Super picks off one. He now moves to the opposite side, trying to see if he can pick off another one. Not going to be all too successful, and Super decides, you know what? I'll just start moving back, because he's on 6-3. Make this 7. He's got a cruise in his pocket, and he still wants more. He gets another.
Wow.
He's on 8, and this is more the Legacy we saw last game. This is the Legacy that comes and fights, and Super is still going with 9.
One of the points, Volatile's just gonna hop on up to kill and be like, "What's up, man?" Go back to the respawns lobby, and as that's gonna be 4 off on Cabal, nearly at 10 lives winning, and Volatile is still being an absolute menace here, playing his life. Is a smart thing to do. 26-16, now over 11 in the deficit.
It's spawn trap heaven. It is complete spawn trap heaven.
Wow.
There's
Oh
8,
my
there's
gosh.
9. Votel is on 9 kills. There's a cruise in his pocket.
Oh.
He's still going for 10. Votel is running out of bullets and Cabal.
U18 Esports is here with our friends at GamerxSociety at the LA Tech Week event in Santa Monica. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, and giving away some prizes in a special 1v1 showdown event from our friends at GamerxSociety. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Be the first case like John, got it. Whoa, be the first case like. Be the first case like John, got it. Anything wrong, my dogs got it. Them boss I call shot. Sweat a few bags at the raw spot. Where you been? Try to rock popping at the hotel. Better run the play for him. Yeah, before I hit the plate, make the house smell. Throwing up trays and Marshall.
Yeah, they do have to find something different, but Encourage is going to get that opening peak, and now he's got a little bit of control over to that B site. What he's going to try and do here is a delay track tactic. Try and whistle out as many of the Unity players as he can. He's doing a fantastic job. Yeah, got to take a dip. It's the hot weather of the UAE, and skill, he's still peaking.
How well you can do in the water. Quite literally, the entire point is in the water. What I've seen so far, there's skill with a two-piece. That's what I'm seeing, but what I've seen in general on this hard point is that people who tend to swim just above the surface, using this little middle ottoman here for cover, tends to find the most success. That's exactly what skill's doing, and that's exactly why he's going 20.
On the hill, careful though. You can see everything, but everything can see you. And Legacy going big as Ruizzi goes for the defuse. Almost got it, but Underworld sneaks it away from him. It's a 1v1. Doesn't see him in the smoke, but is able to get the turn and burn in Underworld.
Fine for 3. Swag check. Finds a 2-piece of his own. And that could be the break able to play his life. One left to deal with. He has the cruise missile. SGP wants to put this thing away. Oh my god, Swag onto the 7. They're gonna have to continue to go massive. Big step up, that's gonna be 3 for him.
Once again, to try and win this round, still needs to find these players. He's looking to try and find Confident. Will be able to catch him off guard, but it's gonna be Derek who's going for the chow. And Lawrence able to get the 1v2 victory. Oh my goodness.
Running away is easy. You're still leaving us up. Running away is easy. You're still leaving us up.
9. Lose this round, just given the sides as Lux. That would have been up to him to win, but with 7.5 seconds to defuse. So here we go now, going into round number 3. Pick again is going to be
And yeah, nobody checks it except Lux might have gotten this.
almost did, getting that 2-piece to begin the round. There's
Alex, and then he gets the.
but that is, again, surely going to be a valuable return on investment as Super from a distance use their MCW and put bullets through bodies, as now Omid is finding themselves in the same predicament as Legacy last round.
This is horrible. This is why people don't like high rise, because of the spawn trap that comes in. Super picks off one. He now moves to the opposite side, trying to see if he can pick off another one. Not going to be all too successful, and Super decides, you know what? I'll just start moving back, because he's on 6-3. Make this 7. He's got a cruise in his pocket, and he still wants more. He gets another.
Wow.
He's on 8, and this is more the legacy we saw last game. This is the legacy that comes and fights, and Super is still going with 9.
One of the points, Volatile is just going to hop on up the kill and be like, what's up, man? Go back to the respawns lobby, and as that's going to be 4 off on Cabal, nearly at 10 lives winning, and Volatile still being an absolute menace here, playing his life, a smart thing to do. 26 to 16, now over 11 in the deficit.
It's spawn trap heaven. It is complete spawn trap heaven.
Wow.
There's 8,
Oh my
there's
gosh.
9. Volatile is on 9 kills. There's a cruise in his pocket.
Oh.
He's still going for 10. Volatile is running out of bullets, and Cabal.
U18 Esports is here with our friends at GamerxSociety at the LA Tech Week event in Santa Monica. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, and giving away some prizes in a special 1v1 showdown event from our friends at GamerxSociety. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Be the first case like John, got it. Whoa, be the first case like. Be the first case like John, got it. Anything wrong, my dogs got it. Them boss, I call shot. Sweat a few bags at the raw spot. Where you been? Try to rock popping at the hotel. Better run the play for him. Well, before I hit the plate, make the house smell. Throwing up trays and Marshall.
Yeah, they do have to find something different, but Encourage is going to get that opening peak, and now he's got a little bit of control over to that B site. What he's going to try and do here is a delay track tactic. Try and whistle out as many of the Unity players as he can. He's doing a fantastic
God.
job. Yeah, got to take a dip. It's the hot weather of the UAE, and skill, he's still peaking.
How well you can do on the water. Quite literally, the entire point is in the water. What I've seen so far, there's skill with a 2-piece. That's what I'm seeing, but what I've seen in general on this hard point is that people who tend to swim just above the surface, using this little middle ottoman here for cover, tend to find the most success. That's exactly what skill's doing, and that's exactly why he's going 20.
It's still living inside.
On the hill. Careful though, you can see everything, but everything can see you. And Legacy going big as Ruizzi goes for the defuse. Almost got it, but Underworld sneaks it away from him. It's a 1v1. Doesn't see him in the smoke, but is able to get the turn and burn in Underworld.
Fine for 3. Swag check. Finds a 2-piece of his own. And that could be the break able to play his life. One left to deal with. He has the cruise missile. SGP wants to put this thing away. Oh my god, Swag onto the 7. They're gonna have to continue to go massive. Big step up, that's gonna be 3 for him.
Once again, to try and win this round, still needs to find these players. Looking to try and find Confident, will be able to catch him off guard, but it's gonna be Derek who's going for the chow, and Lurk's able to get the 1v2 victory. Oh my goodness.
Running away is easy. You still leaving us up. Running away is easy. You still leaving us up.
In 9. Lose this round, just given the sides as Lux. That would have been up to him to win, but with 7.5 seconds to defuse. So here we go now, going into round number 3. Pick again is going to be
in. Yeah, nobody checks it except Lux might have gotten this.
almost did, getting that 2-piece to begin the round. There's
Alex, and then he gets the.
But that is, again, surely going to be a valuable return on investment as Super from a distance use their MCW and put bullets through bodies, as now Omid is finding themselves in the same predicament as Legacy last round.
This is horrible. This is why people don't like high rise, because of the spawn traps that comes in. Super picks off one. He now moves to the opposite side, trying to see if he can pick off another one. Not going to be all too successful, and Super decides, you know what? I'll just start moving back, because he's on 6-3. Make this 7. He's got a cruise in his pocket, and he still wants more. He gets another.
Wow.
He's on 8, and this is more the Legacy we saw last game. This is the Legacy that comes and fights, and Super is still going with 9.
One of the points, Volatile is just going to hop on up the kill and be like, what's up, man? Go back to the respawns lobby, and as that's going to be 4 off on Cabal, nearly at 10 lives winning, and Volatile is still being an absolute menace here, playing his life. It's a smart thing to do. 26 to 16, now over 11 in the deficit.
It's spawn trap heaven. It is complete spawn trap heaven.
Wow.
It's
Oh my gosh.
9. Volatile is on 9 kills. There's a cruise in his pocket.
Oh.
He's still going for 10. Volatile is running out of bullets, and Cabal.
U18 Esports is here with our friends at GamerxSociety at the LA Tech Week event in Santa Monica. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, and giving away some prizes in a special 1v1 showdown event from our friends at GamerxSociety. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Be the first case like John, got it. Whoa, be the first case like. Be the first case like John, got it. Anything wrong, my dogs got it. Them boss, I call shot. Sweat a few bags at the raw spot. Got a rock popping at the hotel. Better run the play for him. Yeah, before I hit the plate, make the house smell. Throwing up trays and Marshall.
Yeah, they do have to find something different, but Encourage is going to get that opening peak, and now he's got a little bit of control over to that B site. What he's going to try and do here is a delayed track tactic. Try and whistle out as many of the Unity players as he can. He's doing a fantastic job. Yeah, got to take a dip. It's the hot weather of the UAE and skill. He's still peeking.
How well you can do in the water. Quite literally, the entire point is in the water. What I've seen so far, there's skill with a two-piece. That's what I'm seeing, but what I've seen in general on this hard point is that people who tend to swim just above the surface, using this little middle ottoman here for cover, tends to find the most success. That's exactly what Skill's doing, and that's exactly why he's going 20.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for our final match of the day for this last chance qualifier. We have Atlantis versus Empyreal. That name and the spelling gets me every time. We got Shaking Graph ready to get after it. It's been a good day with the Empyreal boys. You expect a little bit more of the same from them here?
Yeah, I do expect it to be pretty similar. Loading into not Vault Hardpoint, but if I'm not mistaken, it should be Skyline Hardpoint for map 1. Unless I'm looking at the wrong thing. No, I am. My mistake. Vault Protocol, Skyline Protocol is our map set for this series. A pretty good one to head into this with. Should give a lot of breathing room for these teams to really make something happen. Vault on the board. Ready to go.
Let's get after it. No better place to be than here and now. A lot of early kills yet again going for Empyreal. Early time as well. Holding down that P2 side, just trying to funnel Atlantis towards that left side of the mini-map best they can. Doing a good job getting kills to order to work that strategy. You do get a couple of trades, luckily, out of Milk Money, though, getting traded right back out by who else than Massacre. I swear we've been saying that name so often, and it's been well-deserved. Just lighting it up all evening so far. 19-1 is the score line. Rotations to P2 are fully in tow. Massacre picks up a straggler in the back line, so Atlantis still having to work about half the map to get over to P2.
Yeah, I mean, this is just textbook map control from Empyreal so far. Still, again, looking to make this work. The tough road there, but a couple good early kills. It's great to see Coasty, though. He's being the real assassin. He'll get 3 in a row. Looking for more as he swaps to the Strider. Not able to find too much more before we're getting taken down. As it's Milk Money that's been the real player so far for Atlantis. He's been making things happen. Here we go, Hard will get that last pickup onto the point, get some time under Atlantis's belt, and start to try to make something happen.
What they're able to amount to. Will they get something done? Empyreal certainly got the lead, but it's not that far away. A break will come through, so that's scrap towards Empyreal, but there is a player in back lurking around, and he is going to find that kill. That's Milk Money making the play up to 11-5 now. Excellent work out of him so far, definitely keeping Atlantis in this thing early. Terry, a lot of hill time, good for him. Coasty, though, in this top art position, we never stop talking about it because it never stops becoming important on this map. Atlantis, though, gets the kill on the backside, able to flush on through and get the hill. Trying to change towards P4. That's the goal here. You do see El Bandolero trying to work on that. Don't know how much work he'll get done. Actually will find the kill. I didn't even realize who I was talking about as I said that. Finds another one onto the 3 spree now. So, did a good job getting a few seconds there. Still a lot of time left on the table for that P3, but they're set up for P4, and the scoreline certainly in check.
Yeah, I think they're not even gonna. Okay, Massacre. That's a big one to find. That is massive. Is now this P4, I was gonna say the setup is absolutely flawless, but that just ripped it away in the blink of an eye. Even still, Atlantis able to get some points on the board. Coasty still here, though. Still looking to try to make something happen. There we go. It's Massacre to finish what he started. Finding another. Will finally get cleaned out by El Dandeloto. Gonna grab a second one as well, as that point stays in the hands of Atlantis for now. Atlantis, at least so far, they've been having a much better job of things than I would have expected, considering their record so far.
Certainly, coming out and showing it's a long day. Maybe they're just catching Empyreal at the end of a long day and just playing their best. And sometimes that's all it takes. Doing a good job battling here. Certainly a long way to go in this series, but certainly how you expect to be performing. Just keep it close. It's kind of like what we saw in the map number 1 last series, but Empyreal are victorious either way. See what they got in their bones. Coasting with the big 2-piece, going to clear out the hill. And that's the rest of P4, just trying to clear up the back half of the map, really, and just establish that P1 presence so they can group up and work towards that P2. P1 is theirs for the moment. Couple of trades will go down. Out on top comes Atlantis. So they got the hill for the moment. Still some players to worry about. One up in Top Cat specifically. That's going to be Coasty. Loves that positioning up there. It's nice and tidy for him. Does get taken down by I believe that was Milk Money, actually, who found that one. Good job there, and gets taken down around the outside. But Atlantis, they'll hold on and keep the lead for now.
Yeah, doing a good job of it as well. They're winning the gunfights that are the most important. As that time, Coasty able to come through, gets 2, does get immediately. Oh no, Coasty's still up. He hasn't been traded out just yet. Finally will get taken down by Terry Gohard. As still, Atlantis maintaining control of this P1 and continuing to do so. K9 Drew just trying to hold the spawns for this P2, but it's still Atlantis. The first ones on the spot, looking to try and make something happen. Still, K9 Drew needs to stay up here. Will do so for now, as the rest of his team comes in and tries to collect. Point stays great for now, and it's going to be Empyreal, the first ones to touch it. As on the point, a huge 1v1 win from Massacre. Still looking for more. As onto the point they go, and down they fall. Still, Massacre cooking in the side. Will get another one, looking for even more. And Massacre is just going huge. As now, onto the point. Empyreal needs to get some more points on the board. Massacre not able to find that fight win. A little bit awkward with it. As Atlantis, they'll find the break, and they'll find the extension. Even more found. As it's just down to K9 Drew through the back end to have something to say about this. It will be Massacre from the side, again finding 2 more to keep that point in the hands of Empyreal. And there should be able to tie us off this scrap.
And Empyreal, for the first time ever, I feel like we're talking regain tactics, except for, that first map number 1. But, trying to hit that regain, and of course you're going to run off of the back of Massacre. This man is an absolute truck on a freeway. Nothing can stop him, but it's just almost impossible, seemingly. Now, Vizzy, he's in top art. They're just going to be an absolute menace, worrying about chaining P3 to P4. Doing a great job getting this early time, and that's going to be work it and cut down. Milk Money has to back up. He's weak. Rest of the teammates are working up through B Street now. Work is able to find that kill, gets traded out. But a little bit of a break here. Atlantis is able to get some kills and stop it now. You like to see some presence on the hill. There you go. Work finally getting on for a few seconds. Reinforcements not too far away. Kills coming through. And this is just a trade fest. And there's the 4 dead. Empyreal got a lock down and now work towards P4 as well.
Yeah, that was a huge play from K9 Drew. A bit of a risky one, giving up that top art position, but he finds a great flank, an unexpected flank onto 2. As like you said, P4 positioning in the hands of Empyreal for now, but it's all down to Coasty. He's gonna have to win some big ones to buy time for his team here as they go together. Will they fall together? No, they rip off Coasty. A lot of damage onto 2, but it doesn't matter as they stay alive. Hellstorm in the hands of Vizzy to try and make something happen. Not likely to see use on this point, though. Will likely see use on like a P3. Down goes Atlantis for now. Still trying to fight their way through, but they get absolutely shredded by Empyreal at the outset. As El Bandolato still going to get taken down. As it's Terry Gohard still towards Art, trying to make something happen, but there's just nothing to find. We'll have to regen back, but there's a player much closer than anticipated. This time, it's Empyreal really locking down this point.
Trying to dig in and get to their winning ways here. Have extended that point lead up to over 40 now. headed towards the P1 chain, the P3 to P4 almost masterfully, and have taken the game out of Atlantis' hands. They're not out of it by any means, but Empyreal is in control for the first time.
Yeah, it's 50-point deficit right now for Atlantis. They're going to need to try to not let that keep getting larger. Milk Money gets 1 kill. Will flip the point momentarily. Gets a little bit of help from his team, but he's a little bit surrounded. It's Massacre from the side. He's going to find 2. And a 3rd from Massacre. A huge play to keep his team up and ticking. 5 streak on the board, looking for more. Terry Gohard will pick up 1. Try to stem some kind of bleeding, but in comes the absolute rout. P2 spawns in the hands of Empyreal. It's all down to El Bandolero to try to hold on to these P2 spawns. He's the only one here as the team has to maintain this scrap control if they want to keep their way into it.
It's going to be a tough way into it, but let's see if they're battling. Vizzy, big kill, 200-point mark. If they can close it out and hold here, it's going to be a tough task. Break already coming through, a couple of kills. Bandolero and Milk Money finding a couple. Bandolero onto a 5, looking for more. Turn and burn. Oh, yeah, that's sweet, baby. Looking good. Onto a 6 free and clean while he's doing it. They needed the break, holding on dearly. Empyreal breaks right back, however, holding the point for the moment. Milk Money around the outside gets shut down. That's going to leave Terry. The last up front gets taken down as well. Now funneling through the back is the Atlantis squad, but they are going to seemingly get cut down as well. Vizzy through the back, and they do win those trade battles, so Atlantis at least going to get a couple of seconds before Massacre says, I want some scrap too. So they're going to go ahead and throw a couple bodies, but Coasty, he's still in position 2. A war on 2 fronts for Empyreal.
Yeah, I mean, Empyreal has been playing well, but Massacre has been absolutely flying out there. 35 and 23 is a fantastic spot to be. Milk Money will pick up 1 big one towards P1 side. Gets 1 on B Street as well to maintain control of this P3. But it's a tough hill to make real money on. That's a big one to find. Terry Gohard will find 1 before getting taken down. Still looking for more is Vizzy. Will grab a second one onto the players on the point towards B Street again. Milk Money going to get slayed out by Massacre before that trade comes through. As still, Massacre continuing to go hard. And speaking of, Milk Money onto the point, and it's just a uphill battle for the side of Atlantis. They hung with the big boys, but now the big boys are angry. K9 Drew going to trade back 2 more. El Bandolado will continue to cook. Coasty will rip 1 before getting traded out as on to P3. And this is one that Empyreal should look to try to close it out on.
Oh, yeah, they're just losing some key gunfights now here as Atlantis when they had some breath in their lungs. That should just about do it. Still a couple more players to try to hit some reinforcements. The hill is contested at the moment, but the couple of kills go down. Only 1 player left to try to save this thing. Vizzy with the chow. That should just about do it. And there it is. Map number 1, Empyreals.
Yeah, I mean, I would say expected outcome, but Empyreal, they had a great step at the start. Atlantis, they hung with them for a bit, but in the end, it was a little bit too hard to make something happen in that situation. And I mean, Atlantis, if they do win this, will force a 3-way tie to try to figure something out after that. But even still, that's going to be a long road. Empyreal, they're going to take map 1.
Getting it done early and often has been the recipe for success. Getting that hardpoint victory didn't happen in their last series, but they ended up getting the dub either way. Looking for a dub here yet again. Excellent fashion in the map number 1. It was tight early, but ultimately they started to pull away, and it was pretty convincing.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, these teams are looking to completely get this one over with. They're starting back-to-back, so shouldn't be too much of a delay before we get in on map 2 here, which is great to see. Heading again to another vault, this time S&D. We've seen a lot of it today against my better judgment. I'm a certified vault S&D hater, always have been, always will be, as long as that site is how it is. But even still, an opportunity for this Empyreal team to expand their lead. I feel like this is one that you've got to win if you're Atlantis. You just got beat on a respawn, can't afford to go back to another one down 0-2. So, an opportunity given. Let's see if it's one taken.
We'll see what happens. You love getting right into the action. Vault, S&D, I mean, even if they move the site to the pool, I feel like there'd be a lot less complaints. But we'll take the square ups down below in the broken vault room. It is what it is, as they say, my friend. And here we go. Map number 2. Empyreal versus Atlantis.
Yeah, it's going to be Empyreal starting on the offense. Shocker. Straight down into lower vault. Going to get that bomb down. Get this started right. As there's no trophies in this first round, so not a lot of opportunity to stop these nades from raining through. A couple great headshots from Atlantis to give them a great opportunity on this retake, and it's a flawless round. So quick from Atlantis.
Clean and tidy. You might as well get it done against such a good team. You clean them out like that, not something we're terribly used to seeing against this Empyreal squad, but hey, you'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, a great start to a round and a great finish. Once you're in that 4v2, especially on this site, I mean, it is tough days for sure, but Empyreal, I mean, they've got a chance now on their own defense. They did so well on the defense on this map in the previous 2 series they've played. And let's see if they can start themselves back into this series, as you know what, it looks like they really haven't started just yet. No kills on the board for them. Gonna look to make that different. A big stun onto 3 is gonna make it a little bit later than anticipated. The bomb goes forwards. Will get a plant down for the side of Atlantis as a 4v4 retake. Who would have guessed?
Yeah, let's see what happens. It's no longer 4v4. Drew is going to find the opening blood onto Milk Money. 2 off of the back of that, though. Bandolero with a nice turnaround. Now Vizzy is left alone in a 1v3 to try to find some players to fuse a bomb. I've seen a lot better situations for you. They are all posted up. One right in mid, ready for you. Atlantis ripping 2 in a row.
Yeah, that's a specifically really surprising round. I mean, Atlantis, they didn't even really get much going on. They had first blood against them, and then they just found everything. I mean, the turnaround kill that you mentioned, I mean, it was such a interesting one. I mean, the 2 on the site, though, were the biggest in that round, as now Terry Gohard on 3, looking to make his way to nothing, because he doesn't have the RCXD equipped, so not going to have that on the table, but regardless, still 2 rounds in a row is a great start for Atlantis.
Absolutely. It doesn't get much better than that for you. You don't drop hardly anything early, and you do get a kill, though. That's going to be Coasty. Bandolero gets the numbers back, trades right through. So now Terry left alone. It's a little bit scary for you, buddy. Are you able to clutch up here? Or is it just the inevitable? A 1v2, you get 1 back. K9 Drew, now it's a 1v1. Vizzy, the last one alive, comes over the chow, gets the kill. Do not worry. He can hit those angles. Empyreal gets around.
What a shot. I want to see this one. This one. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Doesn't look as impressive from that angle as the other, but that was a big win for Empyreal. I don't think they could have afforded to go down 0-3 in this sort of series, as a big cleanup right at the end of a bad spot is a great piece to see. They're going to need a couple more rounds like that to really take the lead, as Atlantis still in a good situation to make something happen. They're looking to get active. They're looking to get some more points on the board. Fast onto the plant they go. This time again, it's Milk Money getting picked up towards that exact same place by K9 Drew. The plant can't go down as they're already here, already on the flank, and they have nowhere to run. It's all down to work in a 1v4, and there is just nothing to find. A textbook collapse from Empyreal.
Yeah, you do not need anything like that to happen. You're just getting it done. Atlantis needs to kind of regain because now Imperial's rolling. You know, when they feel hot, they just keep going. It looks like they're strongly trying to punch this ticket towards the playoffs, and they want it so badly, and they're starting to assert themselves.
Yeah, I mean, for good reason. They've been playing super well so far. They're going to need to keep that tempo, keep that pace up. Because now, again, fast towards that vault room with the bomb, and it tries to go down. Plant will be successful. This time, Atlantis more or less handing it over, just playing for the space. K9 Drew going to get a little bit too active, and the flank coming in from Terry Gohard should make this one over before it begins. Down to a 1v4. It's all down to Massacre, and he's in a little bit of no man's land right now.
Yeah, tough situation for him. Good regain for Atlantis. They clutch up on the round, get it done. It's just been a lot of clean rounds in this one. There's been a couple back and forth, but a lot of 1v2 or more situations that these teams are left in. So, and there's no clutches to be had. Once they get that advantage, it's locking up. It's been pretty clean.
Yeah. I mean, Atlantis, so far they're flawless with the bomb down. Let's see if they can do it again. As this time, it's going to be, again, a critical round for Empyreal to draw even. As work will start this plan. RCXD invested will be cracked down. As again, trying to expand for the space here. The first to fall will be from Atlantis. Now into the bomb room already. Empyreal knocking on that door. They have a long time to make this happen, but they want to get it over with quick. Coasty is just flying into that bomb room. Finding two. It's down to El Bandolero. Can he do anything is the question. It's, oh, Coasty almost had him. But even still, the bomb defuse comes through, and Empyreal, again, they tie us back up at 3.
Battling, fighting through this entire thing. It doesn't matter how you want to get it done. It just has to get done, right? And now you take a look at this Empyreal side. Massacre is relatively in check, 5-4. And if you're Atlantis, you got to feel good at the point you're at, especially because you're not allowing Empyreal to run away. You're keeping pace. Those first 2 rounds were huge for you. And now you head towards that defensive side. So if you're able to get a first blood, get that advantage, it's been mighty heavy in this game. K9 Drew, can't quite find the second. Teammate's going to pick that up. But now it's a 1v3 yet again. In one of these rounds, you pick up one. Busy on the hunt, looking for that player in a 1v2. Doesn't need to get overly aggressive. Just going to back on up and let this game come to him a little bit. Milk Money has the emphasis on him to try to make a play.
Yeah, this should be an unwinnable position. I mean, the entire map is in the hands of Empyreal. Milk Money. What a timing that is. Now it's all down to the 1v1. Now it's doable. And now it's even a little bit more likely, but that timer starts to tick down. Milk Money needs to find this 1v1 and fast. Busy. I'd love to see him vacate the bomb site here. He'll find the 1v1 regardless. As Atlantis, so close yet so far. Empyreal up 4-3.
Up 4-3, looking to take it home. If they get some momentum, if they go up 5-3, this is all but over. It's not, of course, they still have to win another round, but I don't feel good about the other side's chances when Empyreal gets to that 5 mark. It just has not been really reliable for them to think that it's safe.
Yeah, a tough situation to be in from both Atlantis's end, and I mean, Empyreal, if you lose this round, then you're in a tough spot as well. Massacre gonna invest the RCXD, looking to try and get some placement. Massacre, apologies. Podcaster having a time. K9 Drew's gonna get one before dropping. That could have got bad and did. Posty's RCXD will cash in and work on the point. What a gunfight win that is. Empyreal, they'll take the round off the back of a great RCXD.
And it'll work for you, and this is what I was kind of talking about. Empyreal just starting to kind of slowly tiptoe away with this thing in dominating fashion. K9 Drew up to 8-4. That's a 2.0 KD for those of you who aren't math majors and so inclined like myself. 7-5 for Massacre, turning it up a little bit there. In Empyreal, it seems all but written. They got the map number 2. Still some room to work, though.
Still the 5-3 curse on the board, but Empyreal looking to try and close it out with a B hit. They found themselves the site. It's work. He's here, needs to cancel this plant, needs to do it, will find the cancel, and that's the bomb left in no man's land. Critically gets out with his life as well. Milk Money has the overlook. Finally, it will be the rest of Empyreal pushing forward to grab the bomb. Won't be able to get it down again, though, as Milk Money gets that angle and finds the shot all down to K9 Drew, and it's a 1v4 and a 1v none. As Atlantis, you know what? They collect, and that's why we see teams not exactly jumping to go over towards B.
Yeah, it's not the easiest task to complete, that's for sure. Especially when you have Milk Money just being a menace up top there in top art. It's so influential, not just in the respawn modes, but it can be in S&D as well, especially if a team wants to get cheeky over there. So 5-3 curse is still very much in play here. Atlantis needs 2 in a row on top of the one they just got to keep this alive, to get it back even at 1-1 in the series score. On the defense, though, Empyreal trying to shut the door.
Yeah, this is going to be their last defense round. They get a hold on. It's going to be another B hit. K9 Drew going to trade one before falling. But look at the positioning of Terry Gohard. He's been spotted, though. That's going to turn into a liability more than a boon very, very quickly. Do you see him? Oh, boy. Toasty. Getting into that spot's going to make this round a lot harder, but Massacre's got a great overlook onto the bomb. Up numbers is Empyreal. Hey, I feel it like it almost needs to happen on this round, that they need to shut it down.
See what happens here. Numbers in favor for Empyreal. Trying to slam the door shut. Have the advantage. Bomb is down towards that B site. So, I mean, if you're Atlantis, you are at least near the bomb and you do have clearance, but unfortunately, you're going to have to deal with Massacre with that deep Overwatch. Coasty now trying to work into your back line. Oh, yeah, good gunshots. Can't get away with his life. Terry was on the wraparound, got that kill there, but now it's a 1v2 with bomb down. Rotation for Massacre has made its way towards that bomb site. Terry going to find that out pretty soon, and that's going to do it. A 2-0 lead is here now for Empyreal.
Yeah, I mean, Empyreal with a great start to this S&D, and they finish it just as strong. A great showing from Atlantis as far as, you know, the rounds they were able to put together, but I think, I mean, both teams tried to make that last second B hit count, and both of them just really not able to find it. I respect the risk taking there from Atlantis. It just didn't quite pan out the way I think they were hoping for.
No, I definitely didn't. And now you look to a map number 3 to try to save everything for you, and you don't feel all that great about it. With it again being Vault, which we have not seen an Empyreal lose an offensive round yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's... That is still a crazy thing to say. I can't believe we're saying that about a team in an LCQ, but I mean, a great showing from them on Control so far today. It's going to be tough to see how that, you know, really pans out, but going into Protocol Control, I mean, it's not Volt, which is an upside if you're the side of Atlantis, but it's a map that they might be just as practiced on. With the changes to it, especially, you know, that could be a little bit of an upside for Atlantis. You know, a little bit of that practice isn't as applicable anymore, but it's still just an absolutely demoralizing feeling going down 0-2 against a team as strong as Empyreal.
Absolutely. We're going to get map number 3 loaded for you, chat. Don't go too far. Control's right on the way.
U18 Esports is here with our friends at GamerxSociety at the LA Tech Week event in Santa Monica. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, and giving away some prizes in a special 1v1 showdown event from our friends at GamerxSociety. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Be the first case like John, got it. Whoa, be the first case like. Be the first case like John, got it. Anything wrong, my dogs got it. Them boss I call shot. Sweat a few bags at the raw spot. Where you been? Got a rock popping at the hotel. Better run the play for him. Yeah, before I hit the plate, make the house smell. Throwing up trays and Marshall.
Alrighty, back into it. Lickety split. Both of these teams looking to make something happen. Atlantis gonna grab that first blood on the board. They're gonna get the first 3. Coasty, though, immediately gonna trade that one out. And it's the blender already starting just a touch here.
Not a great start here for Empyreal, getting shut down, trying to work it out now. Big 3 dead just to answer. So that's a little bit of motion for them as they try to make something happen on offense. Over towards B they go, a little bit of progress. Now trying to work through that backside. Bandolero finds one, gets cut down. So 2 ticks now onto that B site. And excellent work early just to hold on. Drew now onto a 4 spree. Staying alive for the moment and gets cut down. Unfortunate for him. So that's still 2 ticks though. Great initial start, and that's clearance onto A now.
Yeah. Work with a huge 1v1 win right at the end, or else that B very well could have gone Imperial's way. This time over towards the A. Work. Finds one. Does get traded out by Coasty. As again, 2 ticks on both of these sides. But ideally, you want the round to follow alongside. A will be found. Lives even at 17 apiece. It's going to be pretty hard for Atlantis to hold back this onslaught. But they've got a great start to it.
If they're able to clutch up, a couple of trades will go through there. 1 tick left now towards B. Bandolero is the first to touch. Gets gunned down from way downtown. That's good shots there. Coasty now on the hill trying to lock things down. It's contested. And see if they can get that kill. They do. And it's going to be work. With that last one, stopping the presence. And, Empyreal is down a little bit of lives here. Trying to work on that now. Still down about 3. Massacre through the back line could be absolutely devastating. Luckily, Milk Money is there to cut that down. And it looks like Atlantis is poised to, clutch up this defense.
Yeah, not a lot of lives to work off of from Empyreal. Terry, go hard. That's not a great way to start it, though. That's going to give them a lot of room to work off of. Now they fight together through the mid. Will be Milk Money to set them down to no respawn. It's going to have to be one last chance. A great start from Coasty. He's going to make his way over to the point. Vizzy going to get a great spot to support his teammates. He's going to get a knife to help, but it's not enough. Coasty will get another one, but now down to a 2v7. It looked possible for a moment. Looks like they'll be stopped right at the end. Still 34 seconds on the clock. Just doesn't look like it's enough. Massacre, we've seen him work wonders, but a 1v7 might be enough for even him.
Yeah, good luck with that one. I don't think it's in the cards here. He got one down to a 1v6, 20 seconds left, just trying to frantically run around, maybe catch somebody off guard, see what's going on. Someone finally catches him. Atlantis gets around on the board, the first one.
Yeah. I mean, a good one to find. At least they did clutch up the round, but 5 ticks is going to be really hard to beat for Atlantis if it does come down to that round 5 scenario. I mean, the defense is so favored on this map, and you're really going to be the one, on that side come round 5. But Empyreal, they've got a chance to hold Atlantis back, gain that tick advantage.
The goal here, defensive side now advantage. Empyreal, you have to feel like they have a chance on the defensive side to answer here and get one back. Massacre, yet again, just going to get active and get after it early. Vizzy finds a first blood. That's 3 dead early, and that's not what you want to see as Massacre running up into your spawn. It is going to be Drew finding that first kill, but this is not a great spot for Atlantis to be early on in this round. Trying to find a couple of kills. Milk Money is in a really good position. Can't afford to give it up. Needs to find a couple of kills and allow his teammates to get out of spawn.
Yeah, the spawn trap was there, and it bled a very good amount of lives. Already up 6 is Empyreal, and that spawn trap is still going a little bit. They still have so much control of that north side of the map, as El Bandolero will finally get some good kills to break them out of it. But Vizzy, he set himself up nicely to just keep it on rolling. Other 3 will break out, so it looks like the spawn trap, at least for now, has been put to a pause. The blender turned off momentarily, but Vizzy, the K9 Drew, looking to keep it going. Vizzy gonna find another one, and it's again K9 Drew, Massacre, and Coasty just absolutely living in Atlantis' spawn. A 3 down gives them an opportunity for now. Terry Gohard gonna look to try to make something happen on this B side as the timer starts to run dry. 1 player onto A as well, just to make sure that stays paused, as Vizzy here towards B will rip 1 player off of it. Will they get the tick towards A is the question. 1 found, looking for more is Atlantis. They're going to need more if they want a chance at winning this round or getting anything going come around 5.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Point A looks just about done, and there it is. Atlantis didn't look good to start the round. Certainly were able to battle back. Lives not in a great position, but certainly could be a lot worse, like I said, given how it began for them. Now trying to make their way towards B. And Terry in the back line trying to make something happen. That's going to be a big kill just to draw a lot of attention over there. His teammates still not doing a lot to get past that 50-yard line. Terry finds another one in the back, but gets traded out. So now you're kind of in a similar position. Bandolero with a big gunfight win just to keep some forward pressure for his team, and you are going to allow Work to make his way towards this hill.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one now. It's Atlantis. They were almost up lives for a moment there, but again, back to down 2. And this hill is just so hard to get purchase on. They do have a player on it right now. They will be able to get that 1 tick finished. Going to look to do more than that, though. Oh, that tick is actually just barely not there, it looks like. An absolute sliver between Atlantis and 4 ticks, but it's worn off. It's already gone. There's 1 respawn left, down to 0 almost in the blink of an eye. Atlantis, they had a chance, but only 3 ticks on the board.
Yeah, it's tough. That's very tough for Atlantis. You did a good job just trying to battle out of that initial spawn trap and on over towards A and work on that capture, but it was just that work towards B out of Empyreal that was just too much. They had that good spacing. We're just getting the kills where they needed to on the map at opportune times just to whittle it down to nothing, and that was Empyreal's round.
Empyreal now, I mean, if they want to upgrade from the last time they were on offense, they're going to have to get a round win. And I think that would be a situation where it's a really big backbreaker. If you're able to find a round win, you give yourself a couple of opportunities, especially if you win on ticks. I mean, usually a round win it comes off of at least 5 ticks, if not 6. So it'll be a tough situation to fight back from for Atlantis if Empyreal can find this. But at least so far, Empyreal. It's a big round and a couple big kills to find. Coasty, he's been a little quiet on this map compared to how well he's been doing on the rest of the maps, but still being a big presence with his AR, just holding down these angles. Tick and a half already found towards this A side, looking for the second one. Already will get ripped off of it, though. I would like to see a little bit more patience there from Coasty, as that hill needs another player to go reinforce it now. Milk Money onto the point he goes, needs to get picked up if Empyreal want to try and find this, but cleared off the point fully. And they're going to look to try and reset it. Vizzy finds a good flank onto 1. Still cooking in the back end here. Gets onto the second floor. Not heard. Gets 1 as well, as it's a second tick found towards the A side for Empyreal.
Oh, good shutdown, though. Big kill out of Work on the A site just to stop that presence, but you need to get Vizzy out of this back spawn area. That's going to be one of your #1 goals. It's all cleared out, and you see Work trying to look for Vizzy, but there's also players on the hill, and Empyreal are just starting to spread their wings on this offense. If they can get this kill, that'll do it. And there it is, A site gone. Lives in favor of Empyreal as well, and this is kind of what you fear if you're rooting for Atlantis.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. K9 Drew's going to grab a timing. Doesn't quite grab the second on to Work there. That's still 5 streak for Vizzy. If he can get his way towards a Hellstorm, that makes this B-side so much easier to get some presence onto. El Bandolero is going to get shut down immediately. It's onto the point they go. Half a tick already found, and some early kills go their way. They realize the spawn's flip as Milk Money going to get taken down early. Work Going to get traded after finding one. One tick found already. 4 on the board for Empyreal is a great start to this offense. And they're up a ton of lives. They're going to look to finish it. 7 left on the board for Atlantis. Every single one of these is precious from this position. Milk Money needs to win this 1v1. Will get that player away. Already close to a second tick here is Empyreal halfway there. They're going to look to finish it. As another couple great kills. 2 lives on the board for Atlantis is all that's left. They need to throw themselves at the point to at least give the ticks a possibility. And will. The round win, though, for Empyreal is just perfect.
Oh, no, this is kind of what I was worried about for Atlantis. When I saw how clean the offense started for Empyreal, and then you had Vizzy in your back line while they were working A, it was just such a tough spot. And then B, I mean, they didn't even need to work on ticks. They just had the lives and so much control. Empyreal now on the defense. You don't like Atlantis' chances to try to extend it.
Yeah, it's a tough situation to be in, especially, again, against a team as strong as Empyreal. As early round, again, it's K9 Drew trying to hit this ult route, trying to make something happen. Coasty gonna trade one back still. It's been a lot of Vizzy so far on this map specifically, but just look at how consistent the KDs are for this Empyreal squad so far, as they get taken down early. They're going to have to fight their way back towards this A, try to hold something on. In comes the Hellfire to try to clear this out. No trophies down just yet. And Terry Gohard, he's going to get out of dodge and dodge that Hellfire. Will be only work to fall to it, but the A progress halted. And that's more than a great use of that streak.
Absolutely. It'll pay dividends, certainly, for the side. And now Atlantis trying to work on to A. 2 ticks gone, trying to finish it up if they can get the stack. There it is. Empyreal now just trying to lock down B. No progress over there yet, but 2 players down. You need to try to stay alive and find a couple of more kills so Atlantis can't sink their teeth into offense here.
Yeah, there was a 5-life lead, now down to 4. An opportunity for Atlantis to just play this a little slower, try to grind down Empyreal and win on lives, but now with only 4, it's going to be a lot harder to do so. Vizzy with an opportunity to try to find this 1v1 win. Gets a tag and will finish. Big kills from the AR of Empyreal, but he's going to get cleared out by Milk Money. As now, onto the point, a chance for Atlantis. Still trying to go towards these players in the spawn. Try to potentially set up a little bit of a trap here. Vizzy going to grab one, and more needed. It looks like lives are going to be the prerogative for Atlantis from this position, just based off their pathing, but Milk Money in a great spot to try to catch some of these players from behind. The spawn trap coming in a little bit here from Empyreal. Coasty with a big 1v1 win. Gonna try to go back up top. Zip! He finds another one. How is that one a fight that you're able to win? Now only down 3 lives as the trade comes through. And Atlantis, if they can stay even, they've got this round in the bag. Timer starts to run low, though, as a good fight win from Coasty to keep them alive and kicking. 3 lives down for the side of Empyreal. They need to clutch up somewhere.
Yeah, it's getting rough here for Empyreal. You're down 3 lives, and you got to hold on to this defense somehow. You got to group up and see if you can get something done, but you just keep losing players. And I thought it was looking slim for round 5, but it's looking ever possible. Now you have to try to shut this down. Vizzy finds one through the back. No players visible from his position, though, so you're going to need to make some plays on the hill. Milk Money going to find the first, finds a second up top, and boy, are they fighting, are they kicking. Coasty around the outside trying to find one, finds the first player. Can he connect on the second? And he does eventually. That will stop the clock. 4-6. You're only down 2 lives, but you need to think about all of these players pushing up through Atlantis. Less than 20 seconds left.
Yeah, this one's fully down to the wire. Into an S&D round we go. Milk Money's going to grab the first kill. Looking for the trades, though, are Empyreal. They're going to grab one. Only 10 seconds on the board. Onto the point they go. Will freeze the timer momentarily. Coasty around the side he goes. Will find the kill. Down all down to El Delato in a 1v2. He's too far away to touch the point. And Empyreal, they will clutch up in the 9th hour. And they will find themselves not both a win in this series, but also a win on the day. They're the winner of this LCQ bracket, and they'll find themselves forwards into tomorrow.
Wow, this is fantastic for them. They are looking phenomenal. Empyreal did a phenomenal job clutching up all 3 games, only dropped 1 map today. Hats off to them. Atlantis, you battled, you fought. You're a team to be looked out for later on. It just wasn't it today.
Yeah, I think especially that last map, they really showed what they were made of. Just not able to put the finishing touches on it. A great series from both teams, but I mean, Empyreal, there's a reason we were following them today, and it's the reason we just saw. I mean, they played fabulous. They, I mean, they went to a map 5 once, but once they got there, they looked comfortable. So a couple great series out of them. Big props into making it towards that last gasp, that last spot, as they will be the victors of this LCQ heading into tomorrow. Plenty more Call of Duty action to come this weekend.
Absolutely. It's been a blast casting with you, Graf. Don't go too far, chat. Well, you can have a break. Go to bed. Do what you got to do. Eat some dinner. But we'll be back tomorrow with more Call of Duty action. Have a great night.
U18 Esports is here with our friends at GamerxSociety at the LA Tech Week event in Santa Monica. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, and giving away some prizes in a special 1v1 showdown event from our friends at GamerxSociety. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Be the first case like John, got it. Whoa, be the first case like. Be the first case like John, got it. Anything wrong, my dogs got it.